Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? I have this copy of WoodCock on Kresha's yesterday. Lauren struck it down and took the live down. So we were unable to play it, and I wanted to get it going for you guys. She did give me permission to use it. So I'm going to play it straight through. It's WoodCock, which is she is the grandmother of JJ Vallow. This is her truth on how Lauren treated her and the things that were said and done. So this is her speaking her truth, and I think it's important to get it out there. So we are going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to get it started because Toasty will be starting at 7:30, and if she would like to use this, I would like her to be able to have it. So we're going to get started here.
But I heard people complain about Lauren, her 9-hour live. Can you imagine having a commercial every 10 minutes or an ad break? I'm surprised she didn't and do her whole dream thing, you know. I'm just like, oh my God, ad break, you know. I fast forward through those things. I can't. That's why I pay for no ads. Didn't know anything about it. So I appreciate those who do, you know, watch those things because they do help. Every little bit helps. You know, we're all here to make a living, or you know what I'm saying, to at least break even and plug it back in, channel it back in, put it back into the channel. Yeah, it was very sad. I mean, you really find out about people. Well, I was already leery about some, you know. I'm very observant. Like, I don't know. That's why I don't really, I mean, I would reach out to those I feel I can reach out to. And then the rest is up to them or me, you know. It's not always, I can see, like, sometimes I feel like I have like a scarlet letter in a sense, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, like she's part of the family. But then some people could take advantage of that, you know. It just depends. I'm just pretty open, friendly, and I know what to share and what not to share. Sometimes I overshare, but I also know that it's not like I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. You know, it's not anything I just like, I'm not like Lauren. Okay. I'm good. Like, I'm not getting wrinkles and shit over who I text and said shit about. That's the difference between me and her. Another one. How many of you are like that too? Yeah. It really sucks. You know, I learned I was in a cult too, of the United States of America. I'm like, oh, well, hell, what the hell? Anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm not political, but I can talk about politics too, because I'm 47 and I'm an American and I live here and I breathe and have eyes. That's why. No, but most of the people, like Tim Ballard, he does a lot of I know I'm leaving people out, and I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work that way. Anyways, so this is interesting, I think. Now, it's not like exact. Oh, it shows a 1,000 subscriber drop. I'm one of those. Are you? I'm not about cancel culture. I'm about not allowing bullies to just steamroll over everybody. Just, you know, not everybody's experience is the same. I know that I've heard that before of people coming out of the Mormon church where, okay, like when President, what's his name, Nelson died. I mean, I've been researching into some alleged crimes by his daughter and son-in-law, who Lauren happened to know. She's like, I know them. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see that text, you know, and I saw it today, and I was like, from a long time ago, and I was like, oh my God, okay, that's weird. Interesting. Not weird, but interesting. You know these people, but you're a true crime channel and you're from that religion. And what am I missing? Oh, just the high profile? It's pretty high profile. Been going on since the 80s, allegedly. I'd be knocking that shit out. Like, if I had the platform, bet your ass. I mean, even with the little one, you know, I'm organic here. We're organic. We grew organically. Nothing's bought. Nobody was coerced with a coercive control.
This is Kresha's, or Kresha. This is her 5-hour live stream that Lauren struck down. So I am not playing it from the beginning. As I said, it is 5 hours long. So it's actually 5 hours and 45 minutes long. So I'm actually just going to play this part right here, and the part where Kay comes up, and then I'll be taking it down. If you guys want to watch the entire thing, I will try to link it to you afterwards. But yes, I know Toasty comes on. I understand that, but I'm still going to play this and still go through it. And then if she would like to use it when I'm done, she's welcome to do so. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to do this now before she goes on. But thank you, WNC Granny, for letting me know.
Organic. But, oh, I didn't know. I have 2 people. Who do I bring up? Well, let me go. Well, what do I do? Let's see. All right, let me go over this real quick, and then I'll bring some of them up, or maybe both. I don't know. Let's see. So this is just like about hidden true crime. You can go and check these. This is Playboard. They used to have another one, but I don't think it works anymore. And it says that, like, these are approximate also. And this is not really what I'm going to be focusing on, but like, just to kind of say, they rank 50.
And yes, Genevieve Carroll says, yes, it was hidden true crime. I was listening while it got struck and got a message from that video was saying that video was removed because of a copyright strike from HTC. Phoebe, I'm confused. I thought Kay loved Lauren. You know what? I'll let you listen to this and you be the judge of that, okay?
For 636 in the country. Anyways, total revenue, it says approximately $59,542. I'm just like, a month? I mean, what is that? You know, total. No, I'm kidding. Total last 7 days revenue, $557. Okay. yesterday revenue $10. I don't even know what this means. But anyways, it says 5,013 chats. I don't really know analytics, obviously. That's not what I'm really doing here, but just know that this is on Playboard, Hidden True Crime, and you can just kind of check out their analytics. Although obviously I need to brush up on my skills. But I found this to be interesting. Interesting. So every channel, you have a space where you can basically type in all the things that kind of like hashtags, you know, when you type something into the search bar on YouTube or Google, because they're the same owners, basically, it will, like by doing this right here, it'll help YouTube's algorithm feed and find its, you know, its viewer. It'll find you. It'll say, oh, John is interested in this, you know, so it'll send that to you. You get kind of keyed up that way or matched up that way. Well, I found it interesting because Lauren, you know, she's claimed that she's an ex-Mormon. Okay, whatever. You know, I remember when she cried, which I thought was so insensitive, especially with the kids and how all that went down. I was like, and I wish I'd have pulled it up, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it really pissed me off. It really pissed me off. And I say that, I know that religion is sensitive. I understand and I respect that. So are human beings that are missing that are children. And to me, if you're going to be in this space and be, I'm victim oriented, and you're going to be this authoritative, huge platform, you know, that claims all these things, don't cry about your feelings being hurt about your church because you feel like you're being persecuted.
Yes, this is her live that was deleted. Well, it wasn't deleted. It was struck down by Lauren. So it was not deleted by Lauren. It was struck down by Lauren. She did a copyright strike on it and took the live down. So I'm playing the part where Kay comes on. I thought this was interesting to play these two pieces here. Brown Eyed Girl, thank you for the 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you for giving the Bumbles some memberships. If you guys got one, please make sure you tell her thank you.
First red flag of many. This bothered me because I was like, what? But it's okay for my family and me and friends of the victims. It's okay for us to come into your chat so you can name drop, right? It's like a trophy. Oh, hey, Kay.
I don't know about Kresha's live. I have no idea, but it is very rude to announce other people's live streams. I'm well aware of when they are. I have a notification bar just like you guys do. So yes, I'm well aware that Toasty goes live tonight. I do not know anything about Kresha's live. She didn't say anything to me about it. I don't think she's even been in our chat. So I really have no idea. What I do know is I asked her for permission to play this. She said it was fine. She said it was okay to use it. So I'm going to continue to use it. Lay down, Duke.
Hey, Larry. Oh, bullshit. Hey, Colby. You know, just, I used to buy super chats to make her read my name.
She had to pay Lauren. I think this is very important. I think it's very important for people to hear this. Kay Woodcock's daughter had to pay Lauren just to say her name. Just so she would read off her super chat. That is really fucking shitty. That is really shitty. So you can go live with a copyright stricken. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm going live with the copyright stricken because guess what? She struck her on YouTube. This is not from the YouTube platform. So if she tries to strike me, it might go through, but I'm going to fight the motherfucker and I'm going to put it right back up. Like I said, Lauren can't silence all of us. And if she really wants to go there, I will go over to Rumble and play the motherfucker. And then I'll come over here and play it right off of there. So this live will fucking stay up. I don't give a fuck what she says. She can strike all goddamn day long. Her ass is not taking this motherfucker down.
Because you're going to say my name. You're not going to pretend like I don't exist. You don't do that to people. That's abuse as well. Lauren, that's abuse as well. And I'm not the only one that...
To silence Kresha and her mother is fucking bullshit, in my opinion. And that's right. We'll go to Rumble if we have to. I don't give 2 shits. If you guys know when Kresha's live, that's fine. I just don't know. I don't know that she's even been over here. I just know she said it was okay that we played this. She gave me full permission. She said it was okay that I played this, and I'm going to play this because, again, Lauren wants to strike this fucker down for some reason. And obviously she doesn't want them people to know how Kay and Kresha feel about her. So I'm going to make sure that this gets out. Period. Yeah, she messed up striking her. Striking her down and taking this down was bullshit. She should have never done this. CJ with the $5 super sticker says, damn straight. I know that's right. I say the same thing, Stephanie. Play it all over the place. Hold on. Let's see here. She's not going live tonight, so everybody can forget about that. She said so in another chat. Okay. Well, there we go. And then as soon as we're done, hopefully this will be done so that Toasty can use it if she wants to. That's why I was trying to get this done real fast. Because I know Toasty usually goes live at 7:30. So I was hoping to have time to get the part of K Woodcock out so that way Toasty could use it if she wanted to use it. Playboard, you can go to Playboard anytime, but I will say it's not accurate. There's stuff on there saying I make over $100,000 and that's not true. So I have no idea. Sometimes mine won't even show up. One time it said I made $100,000 and I only have 20,000 subs or 24,000 subs. So that's definitely not the truth. So sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not. It just depends. You can, sometimes you can get an accurate reading off of them depending on when when they put them up and stuff like that. But there's a Playboard and there's another one too. I'll think of it and I'll let you guys know so you can go over there and look if you'd like. But yes, I'm not going to let her take this down. If she strikes it, then I'll send the shit to Turtle Boy and have him play it too. I mean, if we have to, we will send this out to everyone. We're not going to just be quiet. Sorry, that's not going to happen. And the more she strikes it down, the more we're going to play the shit. So I just hope that she's ready for that. If that's the way she wants to play this and go this route, then this is the route we're going to go. So with that being said, I would hope that she wouldn't strike us down. But again, if we do get struck down, don't worry. Meet me over at Toasties. And then I will go live after Toasty on Rumble and I will stream the whole 5 hours and 45 minutes. And then we will come over here and we will play the shit again over here. And then I'll upload it on TikTok, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch. I don't give a fuck. Every platform there is, I'll upload this fucker.
Don't even do it now. It's too late. Just saying, it's just been a really weird situation to navigate. I'll get to that too. All right. But yeah. So let me bring. I'm gonna bring Mom up. Oh, hey, Mom. Cleared your throat.
Oh, thank you for giving me a warning.
Oh wait, you have a window open.
Oh,
There's 2,460 people here. Oh my God.
Yes, there are. No,
Shut
I don't know. I don't know where. How is it still open? Now I can see the comments on my phone. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't hear Nico.
My camera is not on.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn her camera on, y'all. She's like, not dressed.
My jammies, no makeup. Yeah, no. It's
Look,
Sunday
I'll
night.
turn-
I'm chilling. I brought Todd back to the rehab today after his 48-hour pass, and we had a lovely visit and ready for him to go back. He was ready to go back, and he's got
Oh wow.
8 weeks left
Good.
to go. Then he'll be cut loose, and he's gonna be working. So he's doing great. I'm so proud of him. And I'm so proud of Kresha too. She is doing an amazing job. And I tell you what, in the last 6 years, she's really come around. She's really matured. She grew from this. This was a big growth for her. And actually it was a big growth for I can say for my family, because I'm not the same person I was 6 years ago. I'm totally different. But yeah, I still don't know who I am quite all the way yet, but I'll figure it out. I've still got a little ways to go. I'm working on it. So
yeah, I'm proud of you too, Mom.
Thank you. So can I talk? I don't want to interrupt you.
You're fine. I'm giving you the.
I'm
Oh, whoa, I'm echoing. Go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. So I have for a long time sat quietly, and I have been bullied by so many people, but I'm going to bring one person into this. But in the beginning of this, in January 2020, this was all fine. JJ and Tylee and Justice for Charles and Tammy. That's what it was. And then, I connected with Annie Cushing in January of 2020. I'd met her in 2006 in Fort Lauderdale with Charles and Lori and the kids. And I really didn't hang out with her or anything. She was really hanging out with Lori. And I just remembered her red hair. So then we get to Dr. Seal, and there she is. And I'm like, okay, wow, I wonder how she got here. I wonder why she's here. But then, okay, let me back up. Kresha gets it from me, people. I'll tell the story out of order. But in January 2020, Annie and I connected, and I was offered condolences and all that. Even though we didn't know where the kids were, not condolences, but I understood her heartache and that I wasn't accepting anything until there was a body, and I wouldn't. That's why I could not accept that. That was just my way of dealing with it. And so anyway, talked to Annie. I said, hey, I ran across some pictures. I think this might have been February 2020. Hey, I ran across some pictures that Lori had, or I don't know where they came from, y'all. There's been a lot that's happened, and I just can't remember every little detail. But I'm trying not to. I'm excited, but I'm aggravated all at the same time.
Take your time.
Anyway, I found these pictures of Joe Ryan and Lori's wedding picture in Kauai or Hawaii, wherever, and then a couple other pictures of Joe Ryan. And Annie asked me, "Oh, well, can I see those pictures?" Because I told her I had them, and I sent them to her. Well, then the next thing I know, they're on, I don't know, Fox, CNN, whatever, with her name at the top, Annie Cushing. Like she produced those pictures, which she didn't. I did. I found them in Charles's things. I sent them to her. But okay, that's no big deal. That's pictures, whatever. If she needs that, let her have it. No big deal. So then, at some point, I noticed that there was a rift in it's like the community. All JJ Tylee, let's find JJ Tylee, and Justice for Charles and Tammy. There was a big division. And then I learned that Annie Cushing has a channel. And then Annie Cushing is bashing Colby, me, Charles's two older sons, Cole and Zach. And I don't know what happened, but I think a cease and desist letter was sent to Annie from their mother, and she left them alone. But anyway, she continually bashed us till finally one night she did a 4-hour YouTube. And I sat there and watched it. And I was so anguished and angry, and I just wanted to punch her in the face. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? What did I do? And Larry said, Kay, she didn't do anything. She did nothing. You did everything you were supposed to do. And so therefore she's pointing out everything she's thinking you didn't do. He said, that's what she's doing. And sure enough, she had FOIA docs, the Freedom of Information Act documents that were dropped from Chandler, I guess. And I don't know when that was, but she's a data analyst. And she had a lot of people going out and finding information for her through her channel or through her connections. And they brought her all this information. And then from that, she put together a narrative in which I did everything wrong. I didn't say anything about JJ. I was all about the insurance money, and I was all about this. I was all about that. And then I'm like, what is wrong with her? I mean, it anguished me. I was so mad, and my feelings were hurt. I've never been bullied like that, at least at that time, to my knowledge. And then, so I can't let that static on the side. That's just white noise over there. I can't even hear it. I've got justice to deal with. I've got to find the kids. I've got too much to do to let that kind of crap on the side distract me. And so I just came back over to where I needed to be, dealing with the things I needed to deal with to help this case along, or to do whatever I needed to do to help in any way. So then, all this time we spent time with Lauren and John. When we would go to Vegas, we would always go visit them, which was like once a year. Then during the trials, we would see Lauren, and then after the trials. I don't know. I know we've seen him less than 10 times or so. I'm just guessing. But anyhow, what do you need? I'm hold on a second. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
No, Larry was
Not a
talking to me.
Oh,
You
I'm like,
couldn't
not a
hear it.
hot mic moment.
I had him down under my legs so nobody could hear.
It was
Anyway,
funny. It was funny when he called
okay.
while I'm trying to figure out how to
Oh,
slow
I
the chat
know.
down. And he's like,
I'm like,
hey.
who are you talking to?
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Okay, I'm backing back out. You're doing great.
Okay.
And yes,
So
this is
anyway,
for anyone just joining. This is Kay, and this is JJ's grandma, Charles' sister. Okay, I'm going.
I'm just laying foundation for all of you out here. Okay, so that's the Annie Cushing part, and she didn't. Anybody that listened to her and believes all the crap she was putting out, I'm here to tell you it is her narrative. And she's pulled down all of her videos and stuff I've heard, but I have that 4-hour one that she did on me, and I don't remember what year it was in. But anyway, I have it. But I just, again, okay, we already talked about that. So here we go. We're friends with John and Lauren. We spent some time with them. Every time we'd go to Vegas, we'd eat a dinner, or we went to their house a couple times and recorded a couple of videos, and we told them what we didn't want public, because not everything we talked about we want public. It's not everything I talk to Kresha about is public. Not everything I talk to my doctor about is public. Not everybody that I've talked to the person at the store that I paid for my candy bar. That's not public. It's my private conversation with them. But if you get my drift, I don't know if I'm expressing that correctly or the best way possible. But anyway, let's fast forward to Lori's trial in Boise. And here, I mean, the
You
strength.
do it so perfect.
What? Hello?
I did that on accident. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna play this over. It's just I'm gonna mute the sound on it. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, so we spent time with John and Lauren in Banks, and we just there throughout all this, there was always I got so much support from so many people on John and Lauren's channel, on Kresha's channel, but I didn't go on Kresha's channel very often because I couldn't understand what she was talking about. She was head down into her research, and she would talk to me about it, and I'd be like, what? I'm like, Kresha, please, honey, I just can't take on any more information right now. I said, someday I'll be able to catch up with all this, and I just can't right now. And okay, Mom, okay. And so anyway, we did all the talk shows and all that mess. And all this time, we kept the spotlight on JJ and Tylee and Charles and Tammy and on Brandon. And somehow, and I don't know when it happened, but where did JJ and Tylee and Charles and Tammy go and Brandon go in Lauren's videos and on her channel? At what point is she using my names, using pictures of us and saying, oh, we're great friends with the Woodcocks, when she's trying to prove that she's got a good reputation? When I don't understand it. I don't understand what she's trying to prove, but all I know is anytime I put on one of these videos, that the 9-hour one I happened to stumble on one night, and I listened to 20 or 30 minutes of it maybe, and then I'm like, oh, this is just crap. I'm not listening to this. It was her crying about her being stalked, and I do know about the stalking. I do know a lot more than I let on. And Lauren wasn't stalked. She was doing it.
In your opinion,
In my opinion, she had a lot to do with it herself. In June of this year.
Did you just hear that? Kay Woodcock herself said Lauren was not stalked. Okay.
We had a conversation, Lauren and I said, yeah, I hear you trash talked us. I said, but you know what? I'm turning my head. But Lauren, I'm telling you right now, you need to keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, and work on your channel and work and be with your family and leave this alone. It will blow over. And I was very sure she understood what I said. And she obviously did not, because then it got even bigger. And then I've learned that her stalker, and I'm not going to use names, but the stalker that she claimed was stalking her hadn't even posted a video on TikTok since September. And then just things that were not a part of all this. It's like puzzle pieces just getting put together. And I'm like, here, you are a damn fool, okay? You have been used. You have been exploited. And I've never liked that word. And for a long time, I didn't feel that way. I felt like we were getting our story out. We were making Charles and JJ and Tylee, we were bringing life to them because we could talk about them. And Colby talking about Tylee more than we did. That was his sister. And I mean, Colby's the biggest loser in all of this. He is, my God, I can't imagine being in Colby's shoes. But I am so incredibly proud of him because he has landed in a good place. He's still got a ways to go. We all still have a ways to go, but he is headed in a very good direction, and he's doing so good. And I can't express how proud I am of him. But anyway, in the meantime, here we are. Just Lauren's having a 9-hour meltdown on TV, where she was able to air videos and do commercials, and that just seems set up. That just seems very scripted, very disingenuous. I don't know. Convenient. Okay, thank you. And again, I didn't know till 2 days after that 9-hour live that it was 9 hours, and I was like, what? What do you mean 9 as in NINE hours? I couldn't believe it. Janine told me. Yeah. And I'm like, Janine, did you sit there? You really listened for 9 hours?
I did.
And she said, well, yeah. And I was like, girl, you're a good woman, I can tell you, because there's nobody I don't think I could listen to for 9 hours.
But I learned a lot. Like I was interacting with chat. I was getting out my own feelings, and how it looked, because I wasn't really paying attention. I never really do. I never absorb things immediately.
I know.
Whenever I get off here, I got to go and process everything still.
You get it from me.
Yeah, it sucks. The fog brain, but it's not immediate. And that's why I don't react immediately. I'm not a knee jerker anymore. I used to be, but I just remember in my feelings, because that's what she was targeting, and she succeeded, in my opinion, in my case, like in my experience, and I let her, and I was trying at that time to just let bygones be bygones, because 6 years, it's been 6 damn years, and obviously I'm the only one with a effing problem. I mean, I know there's others, and I knew that, but they were all gone. It was just like, okay, well, I mean, it must be me. Maybe I'm just finding some flaw in her, and I've already forgotten a lot of the things that happened in 2021,
exactly,
with her and Lori Hellis, but I do have a human receipt for that, sitting backstage too. And for, when it's time for that, and she's the other side of the story, and it's Awen Reese, and she's here, and I'm glad, because there's 3 sides to every story, not just because there's 3 people that were involved in that, or that I'll be mainly focused on, but there's 3 sides to every story, period. There's his side, her side, and then the truth.
Exactly.
Larry, and I know people can be biased, but some people can be just downright in denial.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe. And I mean, I don't even try to pretend to worship anybody. No human, I'm just like, I don't worship anybody. I appreciate their work and what they contributed, whatever it is, however we run and cross paths. But I never am like, oh my God, I just can't let go of this person. That is freaking me out all over the web and all over the world. I mean, it happens all the time. Politicians and celebrities, and I'm just like, what are you doing? What's going on here? I prefer truth and reality versus I can't freaking delusion. There you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna give it back to you, and you're doing great. I mean, I'm glad.
Well, I mean, look, I love Lauren. I mean, but I'm very hurt by her. I think she needs to be humbled. Um, she needs to back up, and she needs to do just what I told her to do back in June.
Preach, Kay. Preach
Let
it.
this crap blow over. Quit bringing it up. She made it bigger herself. It wasn't the stalker that did it, and she wasn't really being stalked. An ugly text or whatever on TikTok or whatever, that's not being stalked. You want to know what's being stalked? People sending you shit saying you need to pay Donna Serafina $20,000 because she solved the case. That's being
Oh
stalked.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and I got
Forgot about
plenty of
that one.
those. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
oh yeah, and then yeah, and by the way, if anybody knows Donna Serafina, no, we did not pay her $20,000 because law enforcement said they don't even know who she was. They didn't. They don't know what. Don't be there
That's
paying
not
anybody any
how
money.
And what I tell y'all yesterday, Donna Serafina, in my opinion, is a fraud. She is a fraud using these families for their tragedies. It's sickening. Sickening. Absolutely. Kay is so respectful. And I really hope people are paying attention to this. And anybody's welcome to use it. I was hoping to get done for Toasty so that she was able to use it as well. So we'll keep going. I am in shock at what Kay had to say. And now I know why Lauren wanted this struck down. Donna Serafina asked for $20,000. She is the psychic medium that claimed to tell people where JJ and Tylee were at, which law enforcement did their job, and they are the ones who found JJ and Tylee, not some random I won't even say that. Some random tarot reader, psychic on the internet. Sorry. Here we go.
It's not how the legal system works. That's not how our judicial system works. It's
Well,
not I mean, I appreciate her. I appreciate what she did, but I also despise what she did because she caused stress, you know?
She caused a lot of stress and putting out on her, just going out on some channel. I forget who it was. Anyway, and there were like 50,000 people watching. It was New Year's Day or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, look at this crap she's saying about me.
Threatening to release our personal phone calls. Yeah.
Listen, her dog died. Her bills weren't paid for 3 or 4 months because she was working all on this case. And I'm like, well, that's not our fault. That was her that chose to do what she did. And her dog obviously got sick. I'm sorry about that. But it's not my fault. It's not our fault. I only know to go by what law enforcement was telling me. And if she has a problem with that, then she needs to bring it up to law enforcement. I'll give her $20,000 if they back up what they said, what she said.
It was already put up.
But no,
and it was
I'm not the villain here.
It was a certain amount, right? That the police advised you to put up, right?
Right.
Well, a lot of people have misunderstandings about that.
I said, you know, I asked the FBI, I said, I don't know how much to put up. I have no clue. I'm like, how much do y'all put up? And they said, we cannot advise you on this, but what we can say is we put up $20,000 normally. And I said, okay, then that'll work for me. They didn't advise me, but I heard that $20,000 number and it sounded good to me because I didn't know. I've never done that before. I've never put up a reward for anything before, much less 2 kids. So all this was a first. All this is a first. This is a first what I'm doing right now. All this is a first. I've never been a victim like this before. I was thrown into hello, Allie, how are you? I see her, that Allie, she waited on Larry and I in Boise at Ruth's Chris there downtown. She waited on us all the time. No, that's not Allie. Okay, never mind. I'm confused. Anyway, that's Natalie Stewart. We're cousins. Anyhow,
oh my God, I'm like, what?
I'm sorry.
I'm muted. I'm muted.
So I saw it on the screen, and I went off totally. So sorry.
That's okay.
But I mean, I had never done that before. I've never done any of this before. I've never been thrust in the spotlight before, ever. I've always been one who is fine to be in a room and be the wallpaper. That's me. Larry's the one who's the one in the center of the room talking to everybody. Okay, that's Larry. I'm the one up the wallpaper, and we're thrown into all this, and it's sink or swim, people. And we had a message to get out, and that was to help us find JJ and Tylee. And all the while, I'm dealing with the death of my big brother, my brother, whom I was very close to, and I'd never even had time. And then we were selling our company at that time, and that was a 6-month ordeal. And I mean, it was like, holy shit, how much can a person take?
Oh, don't ask that question. That's a
I
rhetorical
know,
question.
no, I
That's
don't
like the
ever ask
universe is
that.
like, here you go.
And
But y'all were
never say
broke,
you're
right?
bored.
Y'all
We
were
were
broke and bums, right? Before $1 million,
Oh God,
right?
no, we were
Right.
far from it, and we were doing
Exactly.
just fine. So whenever we buy a new car, we have our own money, and
Exactly.
everybody
For
thinks,
whatever
oh,
reason.
they're just pissing it off because they can. No, I don't piss money off. I don't. It's against my
She
DNA.
don't. She don't.
So anyway, but
Very
I mean,
frugal.
we've been accused of many things, and it's like, whatever. You know what? I don't even know you, and what you think of me doesn't even matter, because I just don't care. I can't care what everybody thinks. But I've had to really grow a thick skin. I've had to live 6 years of pure hell, and not go. I remember when this started, when they found the kids, and then talking to the prosecutor about all that, and how long is this going to take, and well, um, it can be 5+ years. And I'm like, 5 years? No way. Oh no, ours isn't going to take that long. No. Well, it did. But we lived through it. And it was hell. And it was a, you just get, like, after Lori's trial in Boise, you start getting okay, it took 3 months normally after Lori's trial before I felt human again. It just totally, just, I can't tell you how it just wipes you out emotionally, physically. I just did what I had to do. I went through the motions of life because I had to. I had to do certain things. And um, then Chad's trial starts coming, and that was in March or April of 24. And so 2 months before his trial, I started feeling, oh, it's coming. And now I've got all these worries, and where are we staying, and what are we doing? And thank God we had a place that we stayed in again, the same place we stayed at for Lori's trial. And it was a very good deal for what we could do without renting a whole apartment for 6 months or something. But anyway, um, ready for the trial a couple of months, then the actual trial, and then testifying, and then that was, oh my God, I've never been one to want spotlight on me at all. I've never been in front of a court, in front of a judge. Oh wait, I take it back. I did one time in Las Vegas, but that was a different deal. And but nobody was there, just the judge and anyway, just a handful of people. Down, we start getting, then there's the after trial where we come home, we settle down, we start getting our life back together, and it's just exhausting. And then it takes several months, a good number is 3 months. And then I start getting my feet back under me, and okay, now I can start getting things done. Now I can start, moving. And then it's just, then after Chad's trial, it's like, okay, well, here's Arizona now. Oh crap, you know, oh crap. But oh no, Arizona's not going to be as bad because it's not going to be as long. It's not going to be this, it's not going to be that. I'm telling this to myself. And then next thing I know, Larry's like, hey, I'm just going to stay home with Ellie because, we're raising our 10-year-old granddaughter now, and we have her full time. And so, I mean, one of us had to stay home, and it couldn't be me. So he's like, I got this. So Larry, my rock, is home with Ellie and Ashlyn, our 19-year-old granddaughter, but she's pretty much on her own. She comes and goes and unloads the dishwasher when she needs to, and she does her jobs around here. But so I'm over there by myself.
So this says they saw Lauren's personality as good and kind until the relationship with Lauren changed, and then Lauren became evil because Lauren didn't conform and because Lauren changed the status of the relationship.
I mean, I have my brother Bob, Jared, and my sister Susan with us, but it just he's not there to hold me. He's not there to hug me. He's not there to say, "You got this. Come on now," or for me to be worrying about him because he's having a bad day, because he's stressing out really bad over something. And so I was off. It was a very off feeling, and I did not like it. It was just very just it was an upheaval to me. And so anyway, so these trials may last 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever. But the effects of them last way longer. So I mean, I'm just telling y'all that because just in case you ever have to deal with something like this, it is, please have a therapist, please, a professional therapist, because without her and without all my friends and my family and all our supporters around the world, we'd have never gotten through this. But I can officially say now that I am through it. I am, otherwise I would be talking to you right now, because I could never address this kind of crap, because it took what little energy I had to live. I didn't have the energy to even get on here and even think about commenting on this kind of stuff from Lauren. I'm sorry to see what is happening there, but there were a couple of things that really broke the camel's back here. And when I heard when I saw she compared herself to Charles because nobody's listening to her, I call bullshit. That was so disrespectful. It was unconscionable. It was so wrong. Don't claim to be there for the victims when you're claiming to be a victim yourself and using a victim as you're comparing yourself as being a victim. My brother, come on. What the hell? Think about it. Where do you get off doing that? No, I call bullshit. That was it. Then I'm going to mention Tylee. That's really Colby's gripe, but I can tell you from an aunt standpoint, that was the same thing. You are not outspoken. You don't even know Tylee. How can you? No, it doesn't. No, you shouldn't say a word. And then let's throw in Charlie Kirk in the mix. I didn't know him, but and I know you probably didn't know him, but still, there you go. There's another one. Just stop. If you're really there for the victims, like us, like you say you are, like Lauren pretended to be, and then she'd walk around us and trash talk us. And I do know that. And I do know it wasn't AI. I know it was real. And she can talk all around it for days. And I don't care. I don't care. But I know the truth. I think, and John, good Lord, John, I worry about you. I worry about Banks. I am concerned about you and Banks. John, you can call me tomorrow. You can call me anytime, but I want to talk to you alone, me and Larry and you, because we need to talk. And I can explain this a lot better. Anyway, John knows. I'll tell it how it is, because he knows that's how I am. The other part of this was when Lauren started attacking Gigi. Holy crap, that was a red flag. Like, woohoo, I'm messed up over here. I'm attacking Gigi. Gigi is as genuine as they come. She is as good-hearted as an angel. She's not perfect. She's had tough times in life, just like we all have. I've talked about people here and there, but I don't make a habit of it. And I used to do it more, but I've learned over the years, shut up, shut your mouth. You can think what you want to think, but it's not up to you to be talking about it. It's not up to you to judge these people. So just shut up and keep it to yourself. And so I do for the most part, unless, it's like maybe me and Larry, then I'll say something, but but I'm real, I'm human. So I just hate to see this hard work go down. The one committing, as I say, committing, not that word. She's the one that is hurting the channel the most. She's the one that needs to be the professional journalist. And she is being anything but a professional journalist right now. She can be not professional in front of me and Larry when we're right there in front of them and we're talking and stuff, and she can, and that's human. But when we leave and you're talking trash about us, I mean, oh my God, come on. That just, and you say you're there for the victim? No, you're not. We're just another person you're talking about and you're trash talking because it makes you feel good, because you obviously don't feel good about yourself. People that put other people down, put everybody down, they don't feel good about themselves. That's just John, you know that's a psychological thing, and you see that. But anyway, I need to be careful. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure I have a lot more to say, but I think that'll get, for the most part, that gets everything off my chest. And I'm just glad to get that off of me. I wanted to speak about Annie Cushing for a long time. I wanted to speak about Donna Serafina for a long time, and not so much Lauren, but in this short time since this year, I've really been watching, and then I could tell something's going on here. I'm like, there's all this drama over there, and then it's about, she is attacking these other podcasters, and then now she's being attacked, but then she's talking about a documentary on her 9-hour meltdown. Are you kidding me? She's talking about somebody in Idaho, in Boise, when she was there for the trial. I can't remember who it is, but she's talking about them too. She name dropped a few times. I can't think of the name right now. And I'm thinking, what is she doing? She is causing all this over here as a distraction from something that she talked about in that 9-hour meltdown. But I don't know what it is, because I am not going to put myself in that place and have to listen to her for 9 hours. Not going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't need.
We didn't learn anything either, Mom. I'm just saying, we learned that Lauren outed herself, and we were like, "Oh wow, we found the criminal."
How she's yeah, but there's more to it than what she's this stalker crap,
yeah.
and there's more to it, and that's where the real story is. Okay, it's not this stuff over here with her being mean, Lauren being a mean girl,
right?
And then
she'll
being stalked by a mean girl.
She's gonna want, if somebody wants to write a book about her when it does come out, she's gonna trip. She's gonna trip out. Yeah, well, look, see, there's my comment on her live. She's like, "I love you, Kresha," and I'm like, "Oh Lord," I'm just really talking to the chat. On the chat, I mean, like, I have her video playing the 9-hour live. Look, Lori, I told Mom the other day, I was like, "We are here because of the crimes of Chad and Lori Daybell. Never ever have I ever witnessed a documentary, a movie, a series, a Netflix, none of the things. I've never witnessed a live stream. I've never, not even a day of court or trial. Has it ever been 9 hours?" And I'm like, Mom laughed. She was like, "Well, yours are like 4." And I'm like, "It's not about me though. Like, come on, like, I get it. I'm spacey. I get it. I'll be the first one to tell you, but it's like, it wasn't about me framing somebody else, victimizing me, and me playing the victim, and then guilt tripping. This is a psychological operation right here. One woman show, and she decided to take everybody. And I've really thought for a minute that she was just trying to make one last bag, like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna get in there and get it, because she knew she was going down, maybe. Or, I mean, she's still gonna have her devoted, oh, she's gonna change, forgive and forget, that mentality. But I cannot. I just want to look away. I don't have to do forgiveness or forget. I just want to move on, like.
Well, I did have to turn my head to get through the last few years, just to get through it. Well, when others were attacking me, and I had, believe me, scared. It was against my DNA. I just wanted to go hurt them. Not kill them or anything. I was not threatening anybody.
Right. I want to. Not you, Lauren. Don't frame it that way, girl. We know you get crafty.
I'm not talking about Lauren. I don't feel that way about Lauren. I'm just angry, and
enough's enough.
She needs to be humble. She needs to back up and look around and see what she's doing. She needs to self reflect, because I have to
Mhm.
do that on occasion, because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I- I'm being a bitch.
I
I
do
need
it
to
all the
shut
time.
up. I need to shut up. I need to, I've got to back myself up, and like, and then I'll apologize to Larry. I'm sorry I've been being a bitch lately. I'm sorry. And he's like, well, thank God.
Yeah. I
And
mean, there's
so
nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with introspection. That's good. I think it's healthy. I do a whole lot of it.
we
And
have to
I'm
do
not
it.
saying
I
that just
mean,
because I just have always been like that. I don't know. But you can
yeah,
tell the criminals that we see, besides Lori and Chad, they lack introspection,
yeah,
it seems.
yeah. And I don't know if Lauren ever has done that, but I really think she needs to. I really think she needs someone to talk to, not John, but a professional therapist. Okay, separate from John. John's your husband. You can't tell him everything. Okay, I'm sorry, but you can't. You cannot tell your husband every single thing you think and feel.
Mm.
You just can't. Some things are just
You
for
would want to
you.
protect him too. Like
Right.
it's like,
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
I
in
get
some
mad at
senses,
Larry, and I don't ever want to,
right?
I mean, I
And
need
that's
my professional
normal.
therapist.
I think it's normal. I think it's weird and not normal if you don't have arguments. That to me, I'm like, something's going on there. I don't like. I dated a guy one. Oh Lord, there go the tears. Ugh. I dated a guy once that ordered the same thing that I ordered, and everything was just like, well, whatever you want. And I was like, oh, I want out. I want out. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's not good. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I hope they figure it out. But I just am tired, and I'm saying this. I'm not tying mine with yours. I'm just saying that I'm so sick of feeling intimidated, or you don't know how the dynamics are going to go in the community because there's a following, and then this channel that built up off the blood of my family, okay,
Yeah.
your family, our
Yeah.
families,
And
and
we have,
our pain and our
we,
fucking pain. Sorry.
our story helped build their channel. Me and
It
Larry's
built their channel.
approval.
She worked and he worked. I get it, but they built it off of the false pretense that they are victim oriented and victim
Yeah.
advocates. They're victim oriented and they're here and they showed what they wanted people to see. And you guys,
Yes.
and I hated it, and it tore us apart. It made me feel like, oh man, I just don't like. I'm not your boss, right? You're my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do you do? Like they're grown people. Like I can't. It is what they'll figure it out. That's how I kind of got, but it took a long ass time. I'm like, come on. In the meantime, this one, and I know y'all are who you are. You're going to go. And if you see a child, that is your, mama, papa, I get it. I have nothing against that, but I feel like it was weaponized. And I really don't think that's a far stretch nowadays by
Yeah.
this one in front of us. Like it just, so to hear, like when Silas, oh, I'm sorry, what's her name? So when, our kids or whatever would hear that or see that, because I still watch my opponents or adversaries or people I don't care for. I've forced myself to watch and listen so I can know all sides of the story in order to, first off, know other sides of the story, two,
Yeah.
understand the different aspects and perspectives. There's a lot of things that I didn't think about. This is not just one person's idea or analysis. This is a community effort, and I don't
Okay. Yeah.
care what anybody says. This is have well, damn. I don't know. Well, good, Potta. Anyways, I don't know if that's the real Uncle Jerry, but
Wait, in here?
I don't know. You never know, Mom.
No,
You
but
don't know.
where do you see? I'll
I
be
have
able to
it
tell
pinned
you
on
if
the
I.
screen. It says Jerry Vallow. Now I know why I don't watch your channel. Well, bye, bitch. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, that's why I don't feel like it's Uncle Jerry. But if so, he would understand what I just said.
Yeah.
But anyways, love ya. If it is you, even if it's not the
Mm-hmm.
real you, Uncle Jerry, I still love the fake Uncle Jerry. Whatever. Okay. But that threw me off. Damn it. Great job, Uncle Jerry. PD questions. Oh yeah, I saw his
Hey,
video
wait,
too.
wait, wait,
I
wait.
like watching. Huh?
Hey, wait. If it's the real Jerry Vallow, what was your high school nickname?
I don't
The
know.
real Jerry Vallow. You don't know it, Kresha.
Nope. I think
Anyway,
Lauren just wanted to cuss and to show everybody she can cuss. Now she's like F-bombing everywhere. It's funny.
Oh yeah, it is.
she
I'm
can
telling
cuss.
you,
She cusses normally, just
not in the
not
public.
really. No, well,
Not in
I
the public.
understand.
Yeah, I agree with Lisa Marie right here. She says, in the end, we are all glad that justice has been done. And Lori and Chad
Absolutely.
will or where they belong.
That is Jerry. You asshole.
Well,
Why you don't like Kresha's channel, buddy?
go over there to your other person's channel. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or do whatever you want to do. You're old enough.
His nickname was Stick. That's it. And he even
Oh,
spelled
that
it
is
right.
a little weird. I really want to know more about that. Why? No, don't say it here. Don't say it here.
Yeah. That's our
Oh,
code
man.
word. Now it's our code word because I'm glad I thought of that. But
Sushi. I mean, what I wonder, like, I mean, is Larry okay with? I don't want you to speak for him either, but I mean, is he pretty disturbed about this
he is.
or let down?
He's since when it came out about she was comparing herself to Charles and mostly Charles and Tyler. That's like, oh, that's no, she crossed the line there. That's bullshit. And knowing Laura, she's gonna, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, and I was under stress, and I was this and that, and she's gonna make an excuse for it. I don't care, whatever. There's always an excuse.
But we're not fresh meat. We're not meat. You're not meat. And also another thing that should be talked about is, and this is from my experience, and it looks like you, Larry, Colby, Tammy's aunt, like other people experienced it differently, right? Where Lauren, victim chooses. She chooses who she is going to ingrain or intertwine herself with. And I've noticed this a long time ago. That's what she does. That's what a lot of these kind of people do. I'm not trying to lump them all together. It's just noticing a pattern. Okay. And I'm saying it funny, but they ingratiate themselves in, or just integrate into the story, to where they become the victim. And I've seen it over and over and over again. I'm like, good, that's gross. They do it. They turn the tears on, off, get the super chats, make their bank, then they close it down, and then they're assholes, doing asshole things. And it's like, but that's because I was able to be observant. And like I said, I was hyper focused. I was hyper aware because I feel like I was traumatized by that, by this whole situation. And it just, I felt hyper vigilant, just the PTSD kind of thing. And it took me a long time to stop, flinching or and jumping. And I mean, a good bolt of lightning and a clap of thunder, and I'm gone. Heart attack. But I mean, but I'm also, I don't know if you feel this way, how, people like this, for instance, having to deal with this shit. This is nothing.
It's nothing. You're right.
Y'all are in here. Like, this is like, fuck it. I'm sorry, but fuck it. What you gonna do? It's been done. Okay. And so it's like, you can't hurt me.
This is the static on the side for me. What I've just lived through, what my family has lived through, but I am speaking only for myself. What I have been through almost killed me at some point, and it was hard, and I wouldn't even wish this on Chad and Lori.
Nope.
I wouldn't wish this. This was horrific, but I'm here. I made it. I'm through it. I still have work to do to get myself right, because I'm 6 years older and I don't even know who I am anymore, because I've been living that world for 6 years. So now I've got to, and I don't even know who I am yet. And so
ever changing, ever evolving, that's what I want to be. Ever evolving, never closed-minded. I just want to seek truth. I want to uncover it. That's something I promised to do. And Jason's like, you've been doing it. I'm like, well, not like I've envisioned it. Okay. But it's like, I don't feel I'm good at telling it, but I do make a lot of connections. I made some wild ones today that are pretty big. And I mean, it's going to go to Crime Con, to another true crime show. It's going to go to Charlie Kirk. It's going to go all kinds of places. And it's like, whoa, all that from, just one little morning of listening to my corner of creators who cover the things that that I'm interested in. And so again, it's a community effort. I like to credit them. I don't like to take anything on as, oh, it's my idea. You heard it here first. I hate that shit. And it also would bring us to East Idaho news-ish area. It's interesting. It's a theory. Again, I can only bring it, I can only try to weave it together or figure out how it's weaved together, really, but I don't ever try to force anything. Because that does no justice to the victims' stories at all, or anybody else for that matter. Like, what's the point of convicting a wrong person, like, ooh, okay. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous for the public. It doesn't mean that it's, I'm just making an analogy. It does no justice for the victims at all. And so I just want to tell their story, or I want their stories to come out, and because they were horrific. And in the end, everything let them down. But mostly the person that they loved the most and trusted the most, like, that is just the most betraying thing ever. And I mean, those last moments haunt me. And I know I don't try to stay there too long, but I try to center myself using kind of this method, where would they be proud of me? Am I doing it for the right reason still? Or am I just being angry and cynical and lashing out? And do I need to push away for a little bit? What am I doing? Like, am I even on the right damn path? A lot of times. And because it seems like the things that I bring up, a lot of people, like you said, you're like, what? A lot of people aren't ready for that. And that's whatever, I get it. I totally understand. It's bursting from my mind, and I just don't even know what to do with it. And I already have a fractured, my speech, like just my thoughts are fractured. I feel like I can't sometimes connect one to the next. And I know it aggravates me. I know it aggravates people.
But, I'm the same way. I am, and I'm 64 years old. I am old, and I have that. And I sometimes, and I know this isn't a proper word anymore, but I don't know a word to replace it. So I'm just going to say, sometimes I feel retarded because I can't think something through. I can't see all of something. I can't step back to see all of I don't know. I'm just still, like I said, I know I need work, and I'm working on it. And I don't know how much is trauma, how much is age, but whatever it is, everybody has trauma. Everybody does.
And everybody has
been
fault.
traumatized.
This woman cannot apologize. She did not. And she said, I would apologize if I would, if I knew, tell me what I'm doing wrong. You're doing everything wrong, Lauren. To be honest, this whole situation is inverted and it's disgusting. And I mean, again, I didn't have to do anything. Nobody had to burn your effing kingdom down, honey, because you have the match and the gas can, and I'm not going to lie. I'm being honest right here with everyone. Okay. Like I try to be, but I'm saying it out loud, the things that usually we don't say out loud. That's me. But I mean, I've enjoyed it a little bit because it felt satisfying. I felt vindicated. I felt like I had a safe space finally. Like I can say what I want. And I mean, there's going to be backlash, whatever. I understand. I'm not being totally classy about this, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to sometimes just not be fucking classy about things and just be human and then just try to do better, but I just, I feel sorry for her. She needs to right the situation. I mean, how hard would it have been and how much different would it look if Lauren, she knows, she's admitted, okay, so many times within this 9-hour, whatever the hell this is, narrative, that she called this woman, I don't, whatever, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's not for me to judge, but you don't like, okay. When Lori and Chad were awaiting to be tried in front of a jury of their peers, one thing you cannot, or you learn in this, one thing I learned in this, and I learned it from Awen. Okay. She was like, you have to say allegedly. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, allegedly. Like I beat it into my mind. Okay. And so I say it all the time. I know I get on people's nerves about it, but guess who's not going to get sued? Allegedly me. I'm just saying I'm covering my ass because you can't just say that because there's an assumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. So when Lori was convicted, yet Chad was awaiting trial, I didn't say murderer. You can't do that. Like you can if you're above the law and rules don't apply to you. Or, with Lori, I said, oh, she's murder and he is an alleged murder, until he was done. Then, okay. But then she went for Charles and Brandon. I had to say she allegedly murdered my Uncle Charles. She allegedly attempted to murder Brandon. You have to follow the rules. That's a just society. Like that's what the rest of us have to do. And so you're not exalted, Lauren. And there's that. Anyway.
Well, I don't know anything about all that, but
I just taught you.
I mean, well, no, I don't get into all that. I stay away from there. That's
just always when you say something, when you say something like right now, you can also say facts. That's not defamation. So if I'm saying the facts, that's not defamatory. Nobody can sue me if I'm stating the facts that you can prove in a court of law. So this is my experience too. So, you know, she's willing. I bet she would be, on the level of producing. When she produced the Janice or whatever, saying that Janice said that she can make fake screenshots, I was like, oh hell, what you got? What you got, Lauren? Because it's like a projection. It's like that Darvo deflect. I suck at acronyms. Deflect. I don't know. I'll forget it. I forgot it already. But here's that screenshot again that I got. I don't know if it's real. Does it matter? I mean, again, it's like expecting the
So, I
Epstein
don't even
file.
know who John, Jordan, and McKay is. I don't know much about. I
Well,
don't
they're
know anything about
creators.
Mormon stories, I don't know anything about Mormon stories other than I've heard about Mormon stories. So that I really can't. I don't know. But so that's for you to
No, I
talk
don't.
to. Talk.
Oh, it says
I
my
mean,
name is
about the
what I'm
text.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so she is
And
belittling
she
you right
corrected
there.
herself. To correct myself. I don't just roll. She doubled down there too, just like her and John did,
Yeah.
apparently, in my
Your
opinion.
actions are despicable and destructive. Well, I find it
Good.
destructive.
You're so Mormon and vanilla. Okay. Now I understand your situation, Lauren. Anyways, whatever. I mean, again, it's like we're always. It seems these days we're always asking for them to drop the list. Just release the list. Epstein. I'm like, it's just like these text messages. Yeah, they need that you talk shit about. And this is how you take your control back, I would say, where you take the power away from the person arming your nasty ass words, to extort you or whatever, to blackmail you, whatever. So you get ahead of that and you be the bigger person and you just suck it up, buttercup, and you go and you apologize legitimately, genuinely to your victims, Lauren. and and then hopefully, that's enough. That doesn't mean they have to forgive you. That just means you did everything you could to make sure that they felt that you were genuine and sincere about your apology. But that's not what Lauren did. So just think about that, everybody. Like, she went this whole other route to steer away from apparently the vile things that she has said about people that she pretended to care about and that she made money off their pain.
This is Kresha and her mother, Kay Woodcock, talking. And this is the live that Lauren struck down. She obviously didn't want Kay to speak out and speak her truth. So we are replaying it, and we will continue to replay it no matter how many times she tries to strike it down. Also, this is a text message that was from Lauren. That was allegedly from Lauren, because I don't know if it was or if it wasn't. So I'll say allegedly. But it says Lauren at the top of it, so I can only assume that it would be her. But it says, to correct myself, I don't just roll my eyes at Kresha. I find her actions despicable and destructive. I think I can handle it more because her brain doesn't seem to comprehend anything comprehensive. Jordan and McKay know better. Mormon stories made J and K, yet they steal their slides in the entire show and call it theirs without shame. So this text message here is actually the first part, and then the bottom part that says, let me correct myself, which says to think the thing that makes me, hold on. I think the thing that makes me most mad is that I don't like hypocritical self-righteousness. Kresha and El Mom are great examples, but they are small. So we can be mad, but roll our eyes. These two have a big following who control a subreddit and still act like this. So they do feel some type of way. I will say that. Thank you so very much to the new members. Unsolved Amy Boston, member for a month. Thank you so much for streaming this. Miss Katie K dropped 10 memberships on us. Thank you for showing the Bumbles some love. If you guys got one, make sure you tell Katie K thank you. Some of the Bumbles that got memberships yesterday, Katie K, they said thank you so much. Shauna L, they also said thank you as well. Jade, thank you for becoming a new member. Shauna will drop 10 memberships and another 10 memberships, showing love to all the new Bumbles. Big Girl for Life dropped a membership as well. Genevieve Carroll, thank you for becoming a new member. CJ says damn straight. I think I'm caught up now with these, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were acknowledged. Arius Athena says, it never sat right with me that she had to be best friends with victims. It felt more like gathering than real sincerity, all the while profiting off other people's tragedies, finally exposed as a mean girl. Absolutely. Deadly Queen says, great coverage. Well, thank you guys for being here. I am going to send you over to Toasties as soon as we're done. I just wanted to make sure we got through this because, again, it was struck down. So I just want to make sure that Kay is able to get her words out there. And if you guys want to clip it, you want to use it, you want to stream it, you're welcome to do so. Here we go.
That pisses me off. I never really heard the word exploit until this happened. And I realized that exploitation is at the very core. It's like there's murder and exploitation go together.
Well, no, but okay. Let me stop there. Exploitation. I did not feel exploited by Lauren and John at all.
What if it looked like it?
Okay, well, but no, that's not exploitation. That's us saying, okay, yeah, here's our story. You go with it. And that's a permission. That's all of it. But now that she's getting her reputation attacked,
that's her fault.
Okay, now she's using our name to make it seem like, oh no, but okay, make it seem like
she had lunch with you the next day or something.
She's name dropping me and Larry like we're her BFF when no, we're not actually a BFF. I mean, I don't talk to her very often, but I do talk to her, and I did consider her a dear friend. But again, she's taking advantage of us. But for some reason, everybody thinks we are credible, and which we are credible. We are.
Well, it's because of how this is. She's using your name.
Our name to make her look like she's credible, and she's got virtue, and she's
she's a moral crusader. I'm using their words.
Yeah,
I love
thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm searching for words here, and
sorry. That was a phone number on there.
I mean, that's when she crossed my line. She crossed the line when she hurt Gigi. She crossed the line, and I turned my head. She crossed the line when she was trash talking us behind our back. She crossed the line when she compared herself to my dead brother
and a murdered girl,
who was my murdered brother, who I was very close to, and who I love very much. And then she's compared herself to Kylie, who was a 17-year-old girl
16.
Who was sick. Well, sick. Okay, 16. I'm sorry.
Brutally murdered, and
who was
there's no
murdered,
freaking comparison.
And whose mother had kept strife in her life the entire time, and she always and I've learned this word, triangulated. She always triangulated Colby. Well, I'm not going to talk about Colby. That's for Colby to talk about. Sorry, Colby, if you're here, but
he's like, don't talk about me.
I'm not going to talk about you. Other than
I still am going to say that Kelsey is the Lord's favorite. Okay, I always say that because Lori demonized her and others, but I'm just saying she's the Lord's favorite. Just saying, Kelsey knows. Because I mean, she told her that she was like, Jesus loves you, but he loves me more. Really? Okay. We're separating the wheat and the tares too. Go to prison.
Yeah.
7 lifetimes. Whatever. But anyways, I want to bring Awen up because she's the other side of this big story. And I'm grateful that she even considered coming up. I mean, I'm glad she emailed me. It's been a long time. She always has a good soothing voice. And I want to say, after everything, all these years, and the situation that went down back then, right? It had something to do with Mark Means and Lori and Lauren from my perspective. Okay. But it also had to do with Awen. Awen, I can honestly say, never hurt me. I don't feel hurt or offended or exploited or victimized by Awen. Not to my knowledge, I can't say that for the other two. And I feel like Lori Hellis is just like, all right, B, like if I go down, you're going down too. And so I kind of, hey, I kind of respect that. But Jennifer McIntyre says if she was innocent, she would release the damn messages. I think it's to fuel the drama pool, or I don't know what it is, because that means Lauren has the messages, and Grayson would have had to have seen the messages. Am I getting that right, or am I getting that wrong? I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna bring A1 up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm gonna hop off here.
Okay.
Y'all go there because I really. That was what, in 2021.
Yeah.
That's when I think I was at my lowest.
Yeah.
2020, from June of 2020 to all of 2021. I think I started coming out of the fog a little bit in 2022.
Right.
So I'm gonna bounce off here, and I appreciate y'all listening to me. I got to get that off my chest. So that's all I needed to do, and I thank y'all for listening. Okay. And
I'm glad you
y'all
got
have
to
a
do
good
that too. I'm glad you trusted it here. You know, that was kind of another reason to build this, you know, and
Yeah.
I want my family
Yeah.
members, even Uncle Jerry, if he's being shit, whatever.
He's got
I'll let you
opinions,
pick what
girl.
nursing home you want to go in, old man. I'm just thinking. I tell mom that.
That's Melanie's job.
I would never
She'll take
let
care
you
of
go.
it.
No shit, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
He knows I love him, and we'll have a talk. Don't worry. But
Right.
all right.
I
Well, I
love
love you,
my
and
effed up family, y'all.
thanks
I
for
love my.
everything, everybody. I'll be on the couch with Larry now. I'll get out of my room now.
All right. Well,
All
if
right.
he wants to share too,
Okay.
hey, we should have
All right.
at least a bi-yearly or something.
Okay.
All right.
Tell
Love you,
A1
Love you, Larry.
A1 hi. Bye.
All right.
Tell A1 I said hi. Bye.
Bye. Oh. Well, hey. Let's see. I'll remove you, Mom.
Oh man.
Remove yourself.
Where is my picture?
So I put this up because there was a screenshot shown with a phone number, and if Lauren wanted to use that as a way to take this live down, she very well could. So with that being said, following YouTube's TOS, I went ahead and put this screen up so that there was no way the number would be shown, as it was shown on the screen twice by accident going through screenshots. So I just put this up to keep it from being shown on the screen again. So we are moving on to Awin, or Awin. I think that's what her name is. She actually does her own response live, which I will link as well. She did a live that says a message for Lauren Matthias, Hidden True Crime. She has a smaller channel of 6,000. She seems very, very honest. I don't know this woman very well, but I know that a lot of people do. Hey, Nana's love. I hope you're doing well, baby. I hope you're doing well. Hold on. Your Rumble following is strong. If she wants to play, we can play that too. Yeah. So if she tries to strike this down, we'll go over to Rumble and we will play it on Rumble as well. So, like I said, we'll put it on every platform. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, whatever we need to put it on, we will. So with that being said, this is Awin. I'm going to let this play for just a few more minutes, and then I will also go get the link to Awin's live as well.
I put it. Oh well.
Lauren took it. No, I'm picking. She didn't. Lauren, come on. I'm gonna.
We're going right
okay?
there, huh?
Yeah, we went right off the bat. Lauren, come on. I wish I had J.S. for Justice's sound bites, man.
Oh my goodness. It was so good to hear your mom, to hear Kay talk. She sounds focused and strong, and she sounds so good. I haven't talked to her for 5 years last time we talked on the phone. So I was just so pleased to hear her.
It was good.
Yeah, that was great.
feeling, even though I know it's like the nastiest stuff, but it's like getting it off of you, off of yourself, you know, and you're just like, I'm releasing this and it's not going to hold me back anymore.
Yep.
And, you know, I usually zonk out after these.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat are asking who I am. Because
I know, I'm looking for
remember,
the
this
tag.
is 5 years ago. There are people who've never heard of me. How can that be?
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up your channel, and that way I can show them. But this is Awin Reese, and she's an OG from a long time ago. A lot of people, it's kind of a controversy. I'll say it's controversial, I guess. But I mean, this is kind of where you're coming to say your piece, and I mean, not to say that, not to limit culpability, or you know what I mean. Like you're doing it, and just to like share your grievances, and sometimes it involves others.
Yep.
So have at it.
All right. Well,
Well,
I started back in 2019. My best friend in the whole world, Denise Rainey, she has a YouTube channel. It's still up. She was the first person to break the Vallow story. She got
mhm.
news of the news report of two missing kids from Rexburg, Idaho. And she was talking to me about it. We saw the police report. Like, oh, gee, I wonder what that's about. Then we saw the video of Kay and Larry when they were saying, hey, these kids are missing. And so Denise starts covering it very, like she was on top of this case because she wanted to find these kids. And so she reached out to Justin Lum. She has started doing all of the videos and collecting all the data. And she came to me and said, there's like some kind of weird Mormon cult thing going on here. And I'm like, I don't want to touch that. Nope, that's your case. Good luck.
You're
But
good at it.
she convinced me to go on with her, and so I started covering it with her. And the more we started digging, there was some terrifying things we were finding. Preparing a People, all of those podcasts,
Mhm.
Melanie Gibb with her Feel the Fire. I mean, there was some scary stuff out there. But we were doing it. We were doing it because we had seen Kay and Larry, absolutely fell in love with them because they are the most lovable people on the planet. And their pain was palpable. And if we could have waved a magic wand and taken their pain away, we would have. But all we could do was help them with the case. Right.
Yeah.
So back then we had talked to Annie Cushing and done a whole big promo to try to find anyone who was at Yellowstone that weekend, that infamous weekend, might have pictures. Please send the pictures and videos so we can see if we could see the family out there at Yellowstone that day. So we had worked with Annie on that and worked with Justin on that, and we're doing everything we could. And Denise died. She died of
Yeah.
COVID.
That
Uh,
was bad.
I lost my mind, but I said, I can't let all of her work go to waste. I cannot let it go to waste. She was so invested in this case. And I said, all right, I didn't want a true crime YouTube channel. No, I was doing narcissism stuff and, that kind of thing. But I said, I
Mhm.
can't let this case just fall by the wayside because we're both so invested and Denise would not have wanted it dropped. So I picked it up. I said, all right, I'm going to start covering this case. And I just go. I've never done this before. I'd never done a YouTube channel. I don't know how to cover crime. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. Denise did. And it was going really well. And then I met a lawyer, a woman, who was having a lot of flack in a Facebook group, and I rushed to her defense because that's me. I'm going to rush up for the underdog. I
I
can't
call it Captain
resist.
Save-A-Ho. It's the Captain Save-A-Ho syndrome is what I call
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I could not resist. So I swoop in to help her, and we start talking. And she's a lawyer, and she's going to help me with some legal questions because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how to talk about this stuff. And she was wonderful. She answered all my questions, and then she started coming on my live streams to answer legal questions for people. And it was working really well. That's her right there uh, on the
Identified.
screen. And we started off having what I thought was a very good relationship. She was very open, and we talked a lot, and it was great. Until some things happened. Some things happened. She met a
No.
woman named Lauren Matthias.
No, I'm not going to show her picture again.
Yeah.
Y'all know. You already
Once she
know.
met Lauren Matthias, all the bad things started happening in my entire planet. There were a
I think
lot. Go ahead,
I
sorry.
think a lot of us experienced that too. Residual, like,
Yep,
you didn't even have to
yep,
be like front on. It was like you could feel it.
yep. And one of the hardest things, when all of it went down, all of the lies, I mean, there was lies, bullying, you name it, it all happened. And I chose to walk away. I said I could stay and fight because they're making up bullshit and lies, and I can find receipts and show them it's not true. But the Flying Monkey Brigade, Kresha
Oh,
was
yeah.
unbelievable.
They're
I could
relentless.
not. It relentless is an understatement. The
Yeah.
death threats, the doxing, we're gonna come kill you. I'm like, what did I do? Why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Because these two women were out all over Reddit and Facebook and stuff saying all of this horrible crap about me. That was absolutely not true. And I said I could fight back, but all the shit that they were throwing at me started to splash onto people I cared about, like you and your parents.
Well, you would think that would be like top priority for them too. Like you would think that. I mean, hey, to be honest, there were a lot of things that I didn't feel or didn't know of. I was like, oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well that worked. Like it's like I felt like we were rallied around and kind of y'all provided like a buffer
Mm-hmm.
between us and like the bad guys, or the bad
Right.
world or
The big
whomever
public.
bad evil was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big public or just whatever out there was. And so I really appreciated that level of whether it was mental, I don't know. It just was comforting. And I actually
Yeah.
feared whenever like Lori's case was finished adjudicating or finished in the judicial system. And I was like, oh shit, the spotlight, that is insurance, man. That is insurance.
Mm-hmm.
When the spotlight is on, the cockroaches are not there. But
Yep.
when you turn the
Yep.
lights off, boy, they're
Yep. There's someone in chat who's been pestering me all night. Honeycomb Hideout, I'm going to call you out because I'm taking my power back today. All
Yep.
right. I'd never worked for Mark Means. Don't be freaking ridiculous. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Did I talk to him? Absolutely, I did. Like any other reporter, like Justin and Nate, they all talk to Mark Means. Why aren't you yelling at him? You're not yelling at them. I didn't work for the man. I talked to him because he was willing to talk to me, and that was amazing. But I also said that on every live stream I had. Hey, just so
Yeah.
you all know,
Yes,
here
you
you
know.
go. And
remember.
Kresha, did I not call you and your parents and tell you that?
I don't know about my parents, but you called me. I
Yeah.
can only speak, and I don't
Okay,
remember.
all right.
I've been having
Flashbacks?
Well, I've been trying to have flashbacks because I buried it down so far. It's painful. Like that was
Yep.
it was anguish and confusion. And I was like, what the hell's going on? It's just, it was
Mhm.
weird. It's like a silent or a whisper campaign, if you will.
It was insane.
That's what it felt like. It was like,
Yep.
what? But nobody would like acknowledge me.
Yep. But
You
I mean,
know,
as
you're
far
in-
as
it's weird.
Hellas and Matthias, Hellas knew that I was talking to Means because Hellas was my legal advisor at the time. Everything that I did, I'd run it by Lori Hellas. Is this legal? Can I do this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And she was keeping me on the straight and narrow, right? So I wouldn't screw up. If you're covering an ongoing investigation, you can screw up really easily if you don't know what you're doing, right? So thankfully, at the time, I had Lori Hellas keeping me safe. So she knew everything that was going on. Every conversation I had with Mark Means, she knew too, to make sure I was safe legally.
Yeah.
And I thought it was working great until they got mad at me. And they started with this, oh, Awen's working for Mark Means. She's trying to help Lori Vallow. Like, oh, come on. And it just snowballed from there. And those two got quiet, Matthias and Hellas, and they let their flying monkeys come at me. And they came at me like I've never seen anything like this. And I decided at the time, because I had talked to, I called Kay and Larry and told them what was going on. And they're like, girl, if we're mad at you, you're going to know it. You're fine. I was like, okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I went away.
fine.
But once I realized that they were going after Kay and Larry and you and Colby and Annie Cushing and anyone they could find, I said, it's not fair for the family members, the victim's family, to get crapped on because these people have a beef with me. That's not okay with me, right? And so I thought my best plan of action is my own advice. The only way to win with a narcissist is not to play. So
Don't
I
engage.
left. I
Yep.
left. I stopped making YouTubes. I walked away from my 7,000 member community. I walked away from friends. Paul from Reporting Live from my sofa. Y'all know if you know me. I loved Paul. I was with Paul every day. But I didn't want him to get the backlash from this crazy stuff. So I walked away.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in 5 years. Still
I
makes me
told-
cry. I love Paul.
I told
Yeah.
everyone before we came on, before the show, I was like, Paul, he has done it right. I mean, in my opinion, like he has been supportive. I felt supported, his support, but also his distance, like I just appreciate his way of going about it.
This is really interesting.
My decision was walk away, not because I was a chicken or weak or whatever, but because I didn't want anyone else to get hurt because I pissed them off somehow. So I thought it was the safest option. I regret that a little bit because I think if I had fought, maybe they wouldn't have gotten their hooks into Kay and Larry. Maybe all the stuff with Hellas and Elmom and stuff, and you wouldn't have gone down. Maybe I let it happen by walking away. So I've dealt with a lot of that guilt. But if it wasn't them, there's crazy people everywhere.
That's what I shared with you earlier. I was like, no, you can't sit there and blame yourself. These women it's like they had to go their own course. It's like it has its lifespan, and it's just they're gonna combust. And
Yep.
it has imploded right before our eyes, and without you or anybody intervening. Like it's just they're doing it on their own, which is organic, and hopefully it'll just absorb the bad energy back into the freaking universe.
Exactly.
And keep that shit there because nobody wants it.
So certainly this last week has brought all of this back up for me, because I thought I had put it to bed, but oh no, here we go. Like, well, what's happening now? And it's awful to see
I
it
guess
because
true
now
crime is
there's,
slow. They're saying true crime is slow, so she had to,
Yeah.
create drama,
yep.
create your
but
future, create your success. I guess.
they didn't just stop with me 5 years ago. There's been all these other victims. Gigi was talking about it. Christina, certainly. Who, goodness knows who else.
Yeah.
Goodness knows. But
I mean,
they went
that's
after a
it.
lot of people.
If like my aunt, her murder case, right? Her and her husband and their cult.
Mhm.
It's high profile. That doesn't happen in every case. And I mean, there's this many people involved. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of family members of the victims, and I know it's a lot to keep up with. There's a lot of people involved, but
Yeah.
it's it tells you something when even like my mom just shared, and I shared, that, and you've shared that's 3 people right there back to back that are saying I felt intimidated. I felt like I could not come out and even say a criticism, but I did anyway. So there's that. But so much so that somebody took it to Reddit and they were like, "Do y'all know what's going on with Kresha and Lauren?" And anyways, I was just like, "What the
Oh
hell?"
goodness.
And and that's another thing is the whole need to know. Do you need to know,
Right.
or you just want to know? Sometimes it's not. I mean, like I had to pick my battles. I'm sure. Did you feel that way too? Like you just kind of have to. Well, what do I do? Because I mean, you don't want to divide the community any more than they already are. That's never my intention. And I mean, if you have to pick, or if you feel like you have to choose them. Okay.
Yep.
Because I'm good. I've had somebody. I was analyzing. I'll say analyzing. Summer Shiflett. Okay. She did an interview with Nate Eaton right after when she should have showed up in my opinion, for court to represent Tylee. She didn't, but yet she showed up and made. She was able to appear on East Idaho News, and I was like,
Right.
what? And so I do what I do with everything, right? And then I just put the video on, and I was like, what? I was being critical, and some lady was like, oh, I don't know if she said that because I can't hear people, but she was just like, I'm unsubscribing, and I was like, oh, I wish I had the damn luxury, like.
Lauren at this point has lost over 2,000 subscribers. More people continue to unsubscribe. I'm sure the fallout from this will be tremendous, in my opinion.
I wish that's what it was about, lady.
Yep.
Go on. And I mean, I don't know if sometimes this needs to be a reminder that, for us, it's not a switch. We can't just shut it off. It continues on, will continue on. Every hearing, if there are appeals, which there are, that's a continued thing. And, anyway, so I don't know. Everybody's just on to the next thing. And I get it. That was 6 years of Lori and Chud.
But I mean, it was when I walked away, I found a lot of peace. I have a very wonderful husband and a beautiful family, and I've had a wonderful, quiet life the past 5 years. But I did get messages from the L mom when she started going through it. She was like, "Help! Am I crazy?" I was like,
so
"Oh dear."
glad.
All right, and here we go. Lori Hellis again, Lauren Matthias again. I'm like, goodness, and it's so hard to sit back and watch it and stay quiet.
Yeah,
it really it's monstrously hard. But was I being selfish? Maybe. I liked my quiet, peaceful life. But after seeing what Lauren did in her 9-hour live to Christina, because I watched all 9 hours. Okay, I'm crazy.
I did. Well, I showed up 55 minutes into it, so you got me.
Yeah, but I wanted to hear. I was waiting to hear. Okay, where's the stalking? I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, who's stalking you? At first, I thought maybe it was Lori Hellis, but no. She has issues. They have beef, but whatever. But I never heard anything of stalking. I was like, wait, all she did was make some TikToks vaguely about you that you didn't like. That's it.
Yeah,
that's not.
Don't come over
stalking.
here, then. You're gonna get your feelings hurt.
Right, and I'm sitting over here like, remember what you did to me?
Yeah, no,
that was way worse than a little TikTok. Girl, you are sitting pretty. What are you crying about? And that's what got me, the hypocrisy of crying on pretend crying on camera about someone making some little TikToks about, oh, she was so mean. They were very mild TikToks. They really are. After what she did to me personally, the war she waged against me was insane. Like, who do you think you are? And then thinking about, wait a minute, she's all mushed in with the Woodcocks. Oh no.
No.
Oh. I was like, that's it. I got to come out of this. It is not time to stay quiet anymore. It's just not.
And Colby,
So.
like she knows.
Oh, they just had Colby on the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm glad to see. Actually, I wanted to say that I'm glad to see that Colby and Kelsey were here, and I'm just glad to see that they're not being snowballed more. And I mean, it's an uncomfortable freaking position to be put into. It really is. You're just trying to hold. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm just saying, the devil's in the details, y'all. But anyways.
But there were a lot of people that were hurt, and I don't want to be quiet anymore. They don't have any more power over me. What? I don't have a YouTube channel. Well, it's still there, but I don't do YouTube anymore. What are you going to threaten me with? I'm going to lose subs? Oh, no. I mean, you got nothing. Come at me, bro. Leave the family alone. Come at me.
Right.
I can't do it anymore, Kresha. I love you guys too much. I can't be quiet and let them steamroll the next person or the next victim's family for the next case that comes up.
Because it will happen, and it likely already has. I mean, we've watched her cover other cases, and I mean, can I genuinely or legitimately ask myself if Lauren is factual when I saw the shit show evidence that was presented when I watched it critically the second time? I was like, what the no. That's not evidence, boo. That is, I don't know what that is. Manufactured, created, fabricated, skewed, twisted, I don't know, whatever in whateverville. But I don't really trust anything more. I don't respect her anymore. I'm not even gonna try to, which is awesome. It's freeing all on itself.
This is her MO. She beats up the smaller creators, even though at that time I was much larger creator than her because she had just started, but she wanted my audience. So, okay, let's take her down. Let's make up all kinds of lies about her. Let's put it out in our little book newsletter and put it all over Reddit and lie about stuff. And maybe they were banking on the fact that I just get up and walk away and be quiet. I did, not for the reasons they think, but, they bet, and it worked for them. So then they kept doing it again. They did it again. And they turned other creators at me. Like, there's a lot of people in your chat tonight that I'm like, you had quite a go at me because you believed what they said.
Well,
but I'm like, you believed what they said. A lot of people did.
But
I'm not mad at you, Kathy. I see you.
We got it right? We both have complaints in that department.
Even Kathy Left Undone is, hi, Kathy, I see you. She had a massive go at me based on what Hellas and Matthias told her, which was not true, and she's since come around. But that happens. That happens. But that's very different than the Flying Monkey Brigade, who will haunt you day and night wherever you go.
Standing on their truth. Like, you're like, what? Not just that, like doubling and tripling down on I'm right and everybody else. It's just y'all are seeing it wrong.
Yep.
Don't you? That's gaslighting like crazy time.
And even right now,
we've got doctor. Like, what is going on right now? It's a little scary over here.
Like, I mean, you've come out before about Lori Hellas years ago. I think I saw some lives about that. And right now, Lori Hellas, she's sitting pretty because Lauren did apparently give away some free copies of her book, allegedly.
Allegedly,
right, which is horrible. That's a horrible thing to do. If she did that to Lori Hellas, shame on her. I may not like Lori Hellas, but that's still wrong.
It's wrong.
It's very wrong. Yep.
It's not your property. Like, you want to take the higher road. I would think an ethical person would take the higher road.
Right.
And then so here we are.
Yep. But that doesn't mean I like Lori Hellas. I mean, she certainly has a point. But Lori Hellas, I mean, I've got that email that they told me, and I will put it on the screen if I need to, that says, if you say one more mean word about me or Lauren Matthias, I'm going to release all of your text to the public. And I'm like, that actually means what? Right? I'm like, I don't have text bashing other people like you do. What are you going to do? You're going to have text where I told you privileged information between my conversation with an attorney? That would not be smart. But knock your socks off. If that's what you feel you need to do, you're going to be the one in trouble, not me, because they threatened me with jail. Oh, Awen, you're going to go to jail for what? All right, what did I do? Because I didn't. You're allowed to talk to attorneys if you want. If they talk back, most of them wouldn't because they're smarter than that. But that's all. But they wanted the information I was getting, so they could put it on their channel and push my channel down, and they could get all the views. That's all it was about. Clicks and views. Clicks and views. They would hurt anyone.
Yeah, I noticed that they don't even like J is for Justice, or Every Day with Jay. I mean, I'm just repeating things that I picked up, from everybody else, from the community. So, I'm not trying to steal anything or steal anybody's thunder, but they don't even acknowledge people in their chat. It's like they know that the chat is there for that's their fans. Like, that's not their community. They're like talking at them and not to them or engaging, really. They're just like, after that 9-hour live at the very end, she just started clipping through, and I saw that from Turtle Boy. He was like, what is this? The one from John the next night with both of them or whatever, when they scheduled right over me. They scheduled their premiere right the hell over me, which is par for the course. That's normal. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and show your colors again. Whatever, used to it. But at the very end, they just leave on a bathroom break. I'm like, what the fuck? What are y'all doing? Like, what is this even? And it was edited. I mean, like, nothing. I don't understand.
It was weird.
I don't know if they went to the dark side. Uncle John. I have an Uncle John that passed away. But anyway, Dr. John. I mean, look, I study the signs and symbols, and I just got into all this recently. And I mean, he was throwing some triangles. I was like, oh, okay. And you're talking about the moral crusade? Okay, nice.
She's got our stuff up on the screen. She's got our live stream up on her screen right now. That is our live stream right there. See how it says Drama Unplugged? They're watching our live stream right now. Not like right now, but in the live.
Want to know?
Yep.
Anyway.
And Ronnie Mitchell in chat. Lori Hellis may not be as bad as I'm making her out to be to you, but she was to me.
Yeah,
And
me
that's
too.
all. I have an email
And my
that's
friend.
basically a blackmail. If you do this, I'm going to do that and embarrass you.
Yes, there is a dark side with them. But if you're labeled dark over there with them, from my understanding, in the religion, if you're labeled dark, apparently you're not good people. You're not good. So I don't even know how deep that goes. So I'll just leave it there because we don't talk about religion over here. I don't do religion and I don't do politics. Jackie, member for 13 months. Hey, QB and chat. Missed y'all 3 weeks with Vit. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry you were sick. I hope you're feeling better, love. Slim Jim, thank you so much for blessing our little bumbles with 5 memberships. Thank you. If you guys got one, please tell Slim Jim thank you. Mittens and more. I love the versatility you have here, Queen. Thank you, Mittens. Member for 15 months. Jackie, thank you for becoming a new member. We'll keep it moving.
Like, no, you don't do that. So that was my experience. Has she changed? I hope so. Has she grown up? I hope so. I don't know. But all the stuff that went down with the property, Chad's property that got sold, that was ugly. That was ugly. And that wasn't me. That was Lori Hellis. So, you know. I'm just giving my experience, how they treated me, and what I'm seeing happening right now. And I'm sad that they're hurting other people.
Mm-hmm.
That just
and
makes
it's
me
the same. It's the
livid.
same kind of behaviors, right?
The same
I mean, that's
MO.
what I-
Yep.
Also, this is Kresha's live that was struck down. Her channel is Difficult Research. The link is being put into the chat. You guys can go sub up to her channel. This live is gone, but it will be back up in 10 days. I believe the girls are helping her fight this. I believe Nonsense, Jay for Justice, some of the other girls are helping her fight that strike. So the live will be back up within 10 days. But her link is, her channel name is Difficult Research. So if you want to sub up to her, that would be great. Because like I said, this is her live that was struck down. So I'm trying not to put too much commentary in here. So if anybody wants to clip it or use it, it's open for them to do so. That way they don't have my commentary over the top of it.
Like, literally, some of the words she said in her 9-hour about Christina, I'm like, I have an email from you with those exact words to me. What are you talking about? You know? And so even the verbiage is the same. It's crazy. It's like you're just repeating this over and over and over from creator
Yeah.
to creator to creator, or anyone
it.
that doesn't like you. That's not
Mhm.
okay. And, you know, the last thing that is on my mind about this, I have details that I could talk about for hours, but I'm tired. But what saved me the last week from not going completely losing my mind and reliving all of that horror from the past was Turtle Boy. Watching his live streams gave me a space where I could just laugh. You know? Like when you said McArches,
Yeah.
oh my
The
goodness, did I laugh
McArches,
so
oh
hard.
God, I needed that space.
I
Like,
did too, exactly. That's what you said earlier. Like we
I
needed
mean, I was
that
like,
place to
yeah,
just laugh.
just vent and just not
Mhm.
be freaking moral police, you know, or
Yes.
thought police even. I mean, good God, like it just felt freeing. And I mean, I wasn't in the chat or anything, but I was just like, oh my God, yes, he said the C word. Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. Nonsense is deep diving the religious rabbit holes around all this. That's great because she is very smart. She is someone that you would want to follow if you're going to go that route and you want to go down the religious aspect of everything. Nonsense would be your girl to go listen to. Like I said, we don't do religion or politics here. I try to steer clear of that. We like to laugh and joke and talk shit over here. So you know, expose people like Lauren and, you know, assholes that take advantage of victims and their families. We also follow the drama and crama surrounding the true crime community. And yes, a lot of people have said Turtle Boy is so refreshing. His honesty shines through. But see, he's done a lot of fuck shit that I don't like, that I don't agree with, that I don't support. There's been some stuff that I don't support at all. So I don't plug him. He doesn't plug me. We don't hate each other or nothing like that. It's no, there's no animosity there. I just don't support some of the stuff that he's done. And as y'all know, I don't get along with the glare. I don't like the glare. But again, he's done, coverage, and he's deep diving this. And on that note, I feel bad for Lauren because he's not going to just let this go. So.
God, yes, that's her. That's it.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Having that no moral police where you can just feel what you're really feeling, and Turtle Boy, I told my husband the other day, I said, if he reaches out, I think I'd talk to him because he makes me feel like he's not going to let those bullies keep doing this to anyone else. He just has that energy, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. He's
that's
like,
cool.
that is harassment. That is stalking.
Yep.
Oh my God. And when he's so sarcastic and he's like, oh no. Oh no. And I'm just picturing the white girl, privileged white lady syndrome thing where she wouldn't know a tough time if it hit her in the ass.
Yep.
Even this tough time that she created for herself, in my opinion.
And it
seems unfazed like Lori.
And I'm sorry, but in my opinion, Lauren seems like she's a very privileged white woman. I mean, she doesn't seem to know the struggles.
Yeah, that's what gets me the most is watching the 9-hour stream. It's like, why did you say anything? It would have been better for you to not mention this at all because none of us knew about this stuff. But what I realized is she's just trying to get ahead of her bad text coming out.
Absolutely. How many people think that?
Because that's exactly what they threatened me with 5 years ago.
Was, we got this on you. Blackmail. That's exactly how the elites do it, by
Isn't
the way.
it? Isn't it, though? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The elites that are protecting certain parts of the story. You and I worked very hard on certain parts of the story. We had our own Discord server where we put all our documents. We were sorting them out, going, to the Mike Stroud direction and all that stuff. That was big and overwhelming. But that never got any traction.
And I have a theory for that. I mean, I don't know. I started on this little thought process today. And while they're still legal to have thoughts, right? I don't know. I just kind of, it opened up some avenues and I was like, holy crap, this could be what this really is. And why we're seeing what we're seeing play out right in front of us, except for not Kathy. It's really just more Lauren, more Lauren. And to me, yeah, but I want you to be able to at least say you're, get the better part of it behind you first, and then I'll.
Well, the funny thing about it, honestly, is that one of my subs from 5 years ago reached out to me the other day in Discord and said, hey, when all this stuff is going on, you got to tell your story. You got to get out there. People need to know. And I was like, nah, I'm not comfortable with that. No, I have a nice, quiet life. I need to keep it that way. And he's like, no, you got to tell your story. And so he talked to me. He called me this morning. We talked for 3 hours. And I'm like, you're right. I got to do this, Joe. And I told him and my husband, I said, the only people that I even think about what they think about me at that time is Kay, Larry, and Kresha. If those 3 are okay, my life is good and I'm golden and I'm happy, right? Because all the flying monkeys, I'm not going to convince them. They're never going to believe me if they don't want to. There's nothing I can do to convince them. And it just hurt me to my core that you all might have had that opinion of me from Lauren and Lori.
I really don't remember having. I just remember being like, what? We were getting waylaid, I don't.
Yep. You had too much to deal with back then,
and by Lori and Chad's actions in the court, and just the things that would happen, and we're like, what? Just I don't know. It was crazy.
Like Kay just said, back then, this was what, early or late 2020, early 2021. It was very early in the case. You were not worried about internet drama, Mean Girls.
No,
you had plenty to deal with, and that's why I chose to walk away because I was like, you don't need more of this shit. You don't need me trying to defend myself to you because that's just more garbage. It's more internet drama. You didn't need that. But that was always my biggest regret. But I think that's sorted now, and certainly if Turtle Boy calls me, I will be like, all right, I got to dig up all my papers. I've got a box of file folders somewhere with all my receipts. I'll be like, let's do it. Let's do it. They have no power over us anymore.
There's this. I'm gonna cuss. So all you sensitive people, cover your ears. But there's a thing where it says, "Fuck it, we're going live. Fuck it. All right, fucking thing sucks."
Yes.
I'll laugh every time. And so F it.
Yep.
Speak your
It's like
truth.
the
You know, I mean, we want to know. We've been dying to know. Like, I know what it seems like to me. I know what it felt like to me. I know what it looked like to me, even though I couldn't directly stare at it. But there was something off. And then my friend Jen, my very dear friend Jen, that I miss with all my heart. Right? I mean, I feel like they won because they did what they conquered, and then, you know, they divide. And I couldn't help her. And I mean, she got hacked. But then Lauren claimed she was hacked. Was she though? Because it sounds like I said this earlier, you know, like it seems like kind of the same pattern with Christina. If I'm just gonna hypothesize here, where you claim something happened to you, like stalking and or hacking, and then but something is actually happening to people you want out.
right.
And so it's like a twofer, you know.
Yeah.
That I was like, whoa, that kind of that matches, that aligns. I hope that's not true, but it really, really feels like it is, and it really, really maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. I hope not.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
we kind
someone
of
in
already
chat
did.
says that Jen is living her own life without any of this YouTube drama. She is now, but there were
Mhm.
times when she would call Kresha and me middle of the
I mean,
night, all upset with this stuff. This stuff is really hurtful. Yeah, we're
I
not
removed myself because I feel like I was bringing pain
bringing
or
more of it. Yeah.
yeah, like anguish. I was like, oh my god, I know this is horrible to liken it to this, but it's like an STD or something
Mm,
where you're like, oh my god, I can't help you, but it's invisible, but you know, you're trying to help the person and you don't know how, but you feel like you're responsible for what's happening. I mean, I had nothing to do with it. Besides, again, all I got to do is be related to Lori and Chad, you know, like this
yep.
case, and that's it.
Yeah.
So she's the only person, and I didn't ask her to do this, which is even nicer. It's even more genuine. You know, she was the only person I could talk to. I felt silenced,
Mm-hmm.
not just because of what was going on around me and all the, you know, just the case, all the craziness, all the feelings and emotions. My uncle was murdered, but also the things that I was learning about the scriptures, about the Book of Mormon, about the church, about Lori and Chad's beliefs. And then here comes Jen, you know, and I reached out to her, and then, you know, we struck up a friendship. She's awesome. And she got me. Like, I didn't have to sit there and, I mean, I couldn't even articulate the things, you know. I was just like, I felt like Maggie on The Simpsons, you know, where she's just, I think it's Maggie, the baby, where she's just sucking on the pacifier and just point, like, I could just point at things and Jen would be like, oh, okay, Timmy's in the well, you know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, that she would articulate it for me. And I mean, that was such a huge relief.
Yep.
And yeah, just like she got me, and she wasn't ignoring me like everybody else, it seemed, you know. Well, that's anyways, that's speaking authoritatively for sure on this case, especially when I'm trying to form the words, you know. But she was a big help and relief, and I hated to see that happened to her. I still don't know what happened. I have my assumptions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about that, but
I don't know exactly what happened. Certainly her and I did some work and had our suspicions, but nothing that I can bring as evidence. But she worked through a lot of it. I think she's probably still going through a little some of it, but I just love talking to her. She's so wonderful. And the fact that she's
yeah,
just another pawn in
another,
their play, you
yeah.
know? It's awful. Someone asked me in chat about the comment I made about the sale of Chad's property. Now, what you'll
Did you?
probably need to do is go back and look at Lori Hellis's videos herself, because I'm hearing this second, third person. But you know what? Whatever. If they can throw out lies and rumors, so can I. Huh. But go back and check. I believe Lori Hellis had some comments about Kay's reaction to that were
Oh.
extraordinarily unkind. That's all
Where
I'm
she
going to say.
said, yeah, she's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
care
yeah.
what the family
We
thinks.
did
What does she have a right? Yeah.
That's when I did like the first part of this. What I said was going to be just me unburdening myself today, but because it was like a 1-2 punch, and Lori was the first one, and this one's the second one, and they're quite far apart. It's hard to like. I don't keep journals. Okay, I mean, I write down my
Yep.
notes and everything when I can, but
Yep.
I mean, it's a lot to keep up with, and that also means feelings and stuff. And I don't, you know, I'm just like
Yeah.
whatever. I kind of let it go or bury. I don't know what I did. It hurts still if I don't know. Just I know it was a lot of dumb fuckery and
Yep.
mean girl tag teaming shit and a lot of threats, and it was unnecessary. It was wrong, and it's reminiscent of what is happening right now today.
Yep. And the only way to stop it going forward is to be like, all right, let's tell our stories. I'm not the
Take
only
the
one.
power back. Yep.
I'm not the only one out there, and people are going to tell their stories when we feel safe enough. And honestly, between me watching your live and Turtle Boy's lives, I felt safe enough to come forward.
I'm
And
glad.
we got to do that to stop them from doing this to somebody else.
Yes. Don't silence. It breeds victim. You know.
Mhm.
I remember I don't know if this is original, but I mean, I didn't get it from anybody, but I said it one day. I was like, to turn and look the other way is to silence another victim. And so if I look the other way and pretend I didn't see something going on, doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's not going on. It's not bad. And, it just means that I'm choosing to ignore it. And I can't, I couldn't have a clear conscience if I did that. So if I look the other way and pretend it didn't happen, that's silencing another victim. Look, I just saw Mom's name.
Yeah.
Kay WoodCock spoke about Lauren tonight. Turtle boy.
Oh, also, all eyes on Delphi. No, I'm not referring to that. I don't know what you're talking about. So no, that's not what I was referring to at all. Just to clear
I
that up.
followed Lauren's reporting on that and came up to a whole opposite conclusion. But I have a theory for that. I have a little, that's what I'm gonna share later. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I've been out of the loop for 5 years, so I got a lot to catch up on. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna go do my normal Trader Joe's run and crochet a blanket, because I'm happy with that life, man. That's a good
Right.
life for me.
So this woman's name is Alwyn. She was a big part of the case, and I assume there was a lot of backstabbery, gossip, things like that. It sounds like it was a lot of girls that, were involved in this case, and there was a big fallout from it, all the way around. After this was struck down, absolutely the hive is growing, and we absolutely love all you little bumbles. Did you guys see that where let me see here. Miss Dakota, member for 15 months. All 15 months were gifted memberships. This is an amazing community. You guys always gift memberships, and I just want to tell you guys, thank you guys for taking care of each other and all you little bumbles. That's really sweet of you guys. 15 months of gifted memberships is amazing. So, Miss Dakota, thank you for popping in. Miss Kay Oakley, member for 17 months. I'm usually in the bushes, but I wanted to say hi. Well, hello back to you, baby. Boone's Toilet Hooch says with $2 super sticker. What up? Vicky, member for 2 months. Hey, Queen, all love your channel. Thank you. And Wallen Quine gave us 10 memberships. Yes.
It's
Yep.
less drama. It's no drama.
Yes.
And this is another thing right here. Duty Ron. I mean, he's never been in my chat and supported me. Just letting you know. I don't know if anybody noticed, but whatever. Again, the sun comes up for everybody every day.
I used to watch Duty Run faithfully. He used to say hi in my chat once in a while when he first got started, because I was here before he was too. I'm an old hat around these parts.
Look.
But I cannot understand how he can just dive into this full-throated support for Lauren without thinking it through. Right. Think it through for a second. Look at the court. The court audio's out there. Jay for Justice had it. That's where I listened to it. Jay had the best audio. Go listen to what the judge said. There's your answer. The judge told you this was not stalking. That's it. That's it. The judge said it, not me. So.
Oh, exactly. And so I actually saw one of their mods Friday night after mine ended. I was like, oh shit, maybe they're snarking back at me, because they plowed right over me. But and I'm saying that I'm not trying to be bitter about it. I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because it needs to be known. Like, she pretends to be victim oriented. I'm not a victim, but I'm a family member, but I don't count. I'm not victim enough for her. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
She couldn't do nothing with me. So, I mean, hopefully that's when my RBF, my wrestling bitch face kicked in, and maybe it's.
Can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you something, and I don't want this to hurt you, because you know how I think of you. I think you are just the cat's ass, and there's nobody better than Kresha. But way, way, way back, I think before, or when you and I had just started talking or just connected, someone from that Facebook group, Leanne Hicks and Colette and all of those people, there were two of them. Yes,
I was in all of them.
They reached out to me, and now this was, I don't know if they were with Lauren or if she was in that group. I had so many group texts going back at the time.
He was in all of them too.
But they told me that they needed me to get close to you so I could keep guardrails on you.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I can sense that. Not from you, but I sensed it from them.
yeah, and I was like, what did you just say to me? That was kind of my answer. Like, excuse me?
Yeah, I have saved. I have not deleted any text conversations since the beginning of this case. My phone is, just bulging. It's bursting because I got a good ass chewing, or I don't know, setting me straight, I guess, whenever I was bucking out against this one right here on the screen. Yep.
But I mean, so from day one, there have been people trying to decide who has to be quiet and who doesn't have to be quiet.
I forgot.
So we've all been
Wow.
gate kept by them for years,
Isn't
and
that
now
something?
it stops, man.
It's like, come on, control freaks. Like, that's what Lori is. That's what Ruby and
Right.
Jody are. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm not victim enough. I got to be a better
Yeah.
victim. And
Yeah.
that's
And she's
kind of
up
the
here
name of the
crying,
game.
and Lauren's
And
up here crying coercive control. I'm like, woman,
yeah,
you do
right.
not understand what that means. Good Lord. But,
Yeah,
I have seen her ignore your comments in chat until you do a super chat. I've
you
seen
told
that.
her. And
I've
I'm
seen
like,
that
I'm
myself.
gonna make her say my name.
Mm,
My family would be in there, Jerry, Melanie, my mom, Larry, and I'd be like, oh, I'll make her say
yeah.
my name.
But
Look,
they
I'm just
didn't give
trying
you
to.
the platform. You were trying to do so much good. Remember you wanted to do that mental health awareness month thing?
Yeah.
And you had talked to me. I was like,
Oh,
let's do it. Let's do it big. But they were pushing you down so much that you're just
mm-hmm.
like, I give up. Man, these people won't stop. They will not leave
Right.
me alone.
And I
And
also felt. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm just sighing in disgust at how much good we may have wasted by kowtowing to them. Or at least me, not you.
Yeah.
You didn't kowtow. I kowtowed.
Yeah. It's like I wasn't worried about all that. Like that was not even on my radar.
Hmm.
Like any anything close to me was not on my radar. I was looking at the bigger picture. I was mean mugging the church, because it was really weird and odd how it responded and or didn't respond. All of it
Yep.
was just super weird, and so I was trying to learn the structure of it. Like what president? What are you talking about? It's just a total culture shock. And I mean, I'm glad I did what I did. Nobody else, I would say, on either side of the families have done it. Some of them belong to it.
Yep.
Some of them are mad because I did. Some of them, like Nate, he has not interviewed me.
Yep.
And I mean, he's like, I want to interview everybody. And I'm like, bullshit.
Hmm.
Bullshit. Because you look the other damn way. Why?
Yep.
You don't think I can,
Figure that
contain
out. Yeah.
myself?
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But it just is hurtful when you're like, I have been, and I'm just stating a pattern that I continuously went through, felt, experienced. I was ignored. I was not visible. I did not exist.
Hmm.
I I don't know. I felt like I ruined their day, when I'd show up in like her lives or, and I'm just like, God, I'm just sharing. I'm sharing the information here. This is what I know. This is what I know. Unfortunately, I know it by heart.
Yeah.
And I
And
want to help.
they did that. They'd be like, oh, it's just Kresha. But where's Kay? It's like,
Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Fuck
man.
y'all, fuck you.
Yep.
Is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Because wow, you know how that feels? I always just kind of tucked it away because like you can't, Lord help them,
Right. They don't know. They don't know. They'll never
no,
understand that.
or they do and they don't care. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm nothing but a stepping stool to these people who
Yep.
have stepped over on my head, teeth on the curb type shit,
Hmm.
like, and then kicking dust the whole way, ignoring me the rest of the way, and then smooching up to my parents and then have it, calling my parents mama and papa. And
Oh,
I'm just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like,
that
what
made
is
me
actually
sick to my
happening?
stomach.
Single white female,
Hmm.
that
That
kind of
was awful.
energy. It
Yep.
was.
And it's just in line with her just the other night comparing herself to Charles and Hailey. Like
Yep. Oh, that's bad. Like,
there's a
don't do
tone
that.
deafness that you cannot describe with this woman.
No.
You know?
There's a, do whatever to me, do whatever to us who are still here, beat us up, kick our ass, but you're not going to victimize the victims
Yep.
that you make money off of. You make your livelihood. She's done warped into them. Okay. She's
Right.
already morphed into them. Huh?
Yeah. And
Oh, I
she's
thought that
crying
was
in her
mom. I'm
live
like,
stream.
where'd the mom come from?
Oh, is she there?
Boy, I don't know. Mom. Anyways.
But Lauren is in her live stream and crying about Christina trying to re-victimize the victims. I'm like, oh no, honey,
Yeah,
that
no,
is
no,
not
no.
Christina. Look in the mirror. Every accusation is a confession. Period. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, she's unraveling. It's gonna unravel. It's not doing it quite as well. I mean, I don't know. Did she buy her subs? I mean, that's a legitimate question.
See, I know nothing about. I didn't know you could buy subs. I wasn't in that
I've
part
heard.
of YouTube, I guess.
I've heard. I can't afford to. I've
Yeah.
never. I've been honest here. The most money that I have had, and it's because my community pulled together and really tried to take the weight off of, just the pressure. It's
Right.
Jason's on a fixed income. I'm not going to go into all that because I'm not
Yeah.
pitying myself. I'm just saying, my mom, yeah, I've gotten this one too, Kay can pay for it. You know, she got the $1 million. And I'm like, that's not how this fucking works.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
I don't like go, hey, mommy, can you pay my, that's not how this works. So it's like, anyways, it was just beautiful in my community to pull together. And a couple really, you know, big donors, they just, I don't know, made it great. And I got $2,000 in, you know, one time in 1 month with it all together.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my God, yes. You know, like I don't have to like freak out or fret or worry or
Yep.
in a foreign place by myself, you know, while my moderator decided to wage war on me. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh no, what the hell? I mean, it was
Yep.
crazy. It was coming from all sides. And I was like, I don't know what ends up. I tell you though, red flag is when somebody says that they knew another crime victim, like Shannon Watts, run. Run.
Yep.
Run.
Yep. Definitely.
Run. Don't give your passwords. I was having to change passwords. That's what happened like the last time when I was actually the first time I went to Boise for Lori's trial. And Lauren, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Jen and Michelle came, or Jen came, got me, and we went, she brought me back to their house in Salt Lake City area. And I did a live stream. And that's when I found out my mod basically sat there and watched as I couldn't slow the chat down. As you can see, I still can't. And I still never learned. I usually don't have this many people. I've never had this many people in a live stream. Lauren has always, she'd be attending a trial and then she'd also be streaming it, you know, cornering the market. How dare. Yep. It's just like Nate Eaton's second channel, you know, Meet and Eaton's, and they're like 10,000 views and I'm like 854. And I'm like, whatever. I'm not fake. I didn't sell out. Okay. Sell out to my damn family. Move on, you know? And actually, I remember whenever mom told me about having the memorial for the kids, which is interesting. We're going to dig into that soon because of, and I'm not trying to drag anybody else into it, but just affiliations. I'm all about connections. And yeah, I have some, I was already sus, you know, but now I made a few more, but, anyways, before that memorial, I was like, Mom, two things. I was like, can I be the only one that films it or, you know, streams it? And the other thing is, can we not have any goddamn Mormon blessings, please? Yeah. She was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I got one out of the two, and which was no Mormon blessing. So that's a win. Yep. You know. Yep. The other thing is just, I don't know, par for the course, and probably something my mom didn't even address. You know, you know how people are. They're just kind of, or at least these people. I'm just gonna say they just kind of show up and tell you what they're gonna do, or you know, they just, I don't know, they kind of interweave themselves into, like, I don't know,
whatever they need.
Yeah.
Yeah. They decide what they need and then go for it. Yep.
They act like they're helping. Yeah. Goddamn Mormon blessings. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the first place, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you're hiding the fact that you are LDS from your chat for years.
Yep. And
while covering a murder founded in LDS religion culty things, that's a problem to me. And that shows that you're willing to put your faith on hold to chase the almighty dollar and to go after the victims' families in order to make yourself look better to do that.
And that make us instill fear into us. Obviously, right? That was a thing that I've been kind of noticing. Like scared to even speak out. And she does not own this goddamn case. She does not own this community. She does not own my channel. She does not own me. She doesn't, you, any of us.
Nobody owns this case except the family, right? But I was here long before Lauren was. So, girl, shut it.
It's like,
you know?
it's weird. And there's this underbelly that people don't know about even, I don't think. And I'm just like, I've been disgusted. Like, ew, that's CrimeCon. Give it up already, please. Like, that's setting the stage, I think, for the norm. Like, I understand it's interesting, but there's got to be some other way to do it where it's not like fans.
Right.
And obviously a place where Lauren likes to go tromping around, you know, and ruling the roost, it seems. But I mean, people are not property. I feel weird having to even say that. Like, that doesn't even, I don't even know. Doesn't even math. You know, it's like, why am I even having to say that?
Yep.
Nobody is your property. The victims aren't your property. I mean, they're nobody's property. Okay. Like, give people their autonomy. I understand that people, and I really believe this is a beautiful thing and it's a healing thing. I believe that people kind of interconnect, you know, they can link up to something, and share, feelings or an experience that maybe that victim experienced and then they experienced, so it like bonds them. You
Right.
know, they
Yeah.
not a favorite victim. That sounds hideous, but somebody. I mean, I've had people say I feel guilty for really uh, putting my all into Charles, versus the kids, and I'm like,
Right.
don't feel
Right.
guilty for how you feel. And that's something Jen
Mhm.
did teach me, is that nobody gets to tell you how to grieve.
Right.
That was very freeing because I felt like I didn't even belong.
Well, especially here in this public setting, you feel like you need to grieve publicly the way everyone expects you to on YouTube because they're going to yell at you if you don't.
Hmm.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
It's really not okay. And that's why when it comes to true crime, it may be something for us as a society to think about, not doing this.
Especially when you say you're here to support the victims and the victims' families, and I'm
Right.
like, are you? But are you though?
Hmm.
These are okay questions to ask yourself. Like, it's okay. Just be real with when you answer yourself. Be sure you're being real,
Yep.
because if not, you're going to end up in this circular echo chamber that Lauren
Hmm.
preached about.
There were several videos that I thought might be a little controversial, and so what I did first was I sent them to family members who were being impacted by it, and be like, "What do you think of this? Can I run with this, or do you not like it?" And my moderator at the time, the one who went crazy and started her own YouTube channel, was like, "Why would you ask the family that?" I'm like, "What? Why wouldn't I? This is their story. Of course I'm going to ask them if they're comfortable with this, and if they're not, I'm not putting it up." Like,
Hmm.
you don't need their permission. I was like, no, I don't need their permission, but I want it because it's morally the
Right.
right thing to do.
And it just makes you feel better, or
Right.
whatever. I mean, maybe it didn't, because it didn't do that for Lauren
Yep.
and Lauren, in my opinion.
Yep.
They just kind of had their own agenda. And I mean, obviously they both achieved, right? I would
Hmm.
say that would be a success.
Yep.
I felt bad too, because Brandy, which is Monkey's mom, she showed up in that 9-hour live too. And Lauren was like, "Oh, I love you." And I'm like, "Do
Mm.
you?
Yeah.
But do you though?" I mean, it's just, I don't know if Lauren loves herself. I mean, I think that's a genuine, a legit question to ask.
Yep.
I don't
It's
know. She
perfectly
seems
fair.
very detached, disconnected, especially towards the end of the live. It's like she can't stand to hear John talk unless it's
Yeah.
about her.
Mm.
I don't
It,
know.
it
It's just
the
weird.
the response video was very weird. I felt very uncomfortable watching their body language. I'm not a body language expert, but just looking at them was like, it just felt weird. Certainly the gaslighting was beyond the pale. That was word salad like I've never heard before. If I ever
Yeah.
hear the term uh, psychological essentialism, like, I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what was the other
Dude.
word she kept messing up on?
Well,
Oh my god.
Brad Pitt. Brad
No.
Pitt.
It
There,
was
there
in
was a
her.
lot.
It was some tortious or
Oh,
tortuous. I don't remember.
tortuous interference
Yes, I was
instead of
like,
tortious interference. I was like, tortuous? Oh dear, we are on the
while
wrong
I'm
page.
being petty, while we're in Pettyville, okay, I'm gonna go there for a second. Pettyville is revealing that it's a Mormon thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a Utah thing. I don't know. I'm still sizing it up, but it's wives, like WIVES, or
Hmm.
lives, LIVES, not wifes and
Or
not
lifes.
life.
Yep.
Oh, nope. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, is that because of the polygamy thing? Wives,
There's a lot of
I'm,
pronunciations that you hear in Mormon women. They have a particular cadence at
yeah.
times.
I mean,
Yeah.
nothing against them. I just don't,
Yeah, it's
I've
just.
found every which way to critique this one. So I just, I don't know. Uh, she attacks her nose sometimes. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? It looks like she's
Yes.
fighting her face.
And it was like you keep wiping your nose on your hand and your sheets, and can you not get a tissue? All right, whatever. That's your pain, not mine. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, honey, I'm not jealous, Tracy. I think that went by a little too fast. What the fuck am I jealous about? What? Because what? She's got my family. I mean, please make that make sense for me,
Yeah.
please. I mean, I'm immature then.
It's
Call
the
me
eyebrows, man.
immature.
Your eyebrows are just not on fleek like hers.
Well, I
Get the
admitted. I
Sharpies,
mean, I
let's go.
burned mine off. I tore them off. Like they were very thin, but I still
Yep.
showed up. I just got to pencil them in a little bit still. So
Yeah.
I am here. I am releasing. So if you're jealous, I don't know. Don't project your feelings onto me, ma'am.
Hmm.
Thank you. You're welcome here, but
Yep.
don't come at me like that.
And
That's not at all
someone
true.
in chat mentioned my ethical approach, and I tried to be ethical 5 years ago. To me, being ethical was walking away, being quiet, not upsetting the apple cart, so to speak, so that to minimize the damage against the families and my friends and community. I thought that was taking the high road was the right thing to do, and I think it was. I'm still pretty sure I stand by that. But tonight, you know what? I am just mad. And if I want to laugh at her stupid eyebrows, I'm going to laugh at her stupid eyebrows.
Mhm.
I am
Put
54
it
years
out
old.
there, boo.
I am too old to be that nice anymore.
I mean, it's just whatever. I mean, don't be a bully. You know,
Right.
don't exploit my family. Don't talk about jealous. Okay, she is literally turning into herself into murder victims that she covers and claims to care about. That is some type of psychotic. Okay, I'm not a doctor, and neither is she. Yet she drops her husband's credentials, saying
All the
that, you
time.
know,
Yep.
he's not here and I can still diagnose. I'm like, no, neither one
No,
of
you
can.
cannot. Right.
That's not ethical.
Yep.
So whatever, they're burning their own husband down, and it sucks
Yep.
to watch. But you know, it is what it is. And so, again, they're a subcategory under the crime at heart, the victim at the heart of this matter.
Yep. And I think
The
people will
rest of
start
it
to
is
see
just-
that
the
if
rest
they
is just
listen.
symptom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If they listen closer to what they're saying, like Dr. John, you and I talked earlier, how Dr. John admitted that Lauren's behavior was so terrible, but don't judge her by that. Judge her by her art instead. It doesn't matter how terrible she is privately. Look at her art. That's a big admission. That is a huge admission.
And an excuse, like, to allow her to continue on with the bad behavior. What do we
Yep.
do about the Cox family and everybody that, you know, Melanie Gibb and all these people that enabled Lori and Chad to have so many victims in such a little bit of time?
Can I ask you a question? You might not want to answer on camera, and that's perfectly fine. Just, I haven't got to talk to you for so long. What did you think of that Silver Linings podcast? You don't have to answer publicly if you don't, but I'm like, I bet
Oh,
we
I
felt the
don't
same
mind.
about that.
I don't mind it. It's, again, I respect their belief system. However, I don't respect excusing it.
Right.
I don't respect their tone deafness also with, you know, this side of the family who were the victim. You know, it's like Tylee, we don't like, I'm not related to Lori that way. She was my aunt by marriage, you know, like her family she and two members of her family and maybe more. Okay. 2 to 4 ish, probably more, I would say, in my opinion, allegedly waged war on my family. They did the silent treatment. They turned the other way. They allowed her and Alex to, they called Alex a fucking hero.
Yep.
Like, what? You don't have to see evidence. What are you talking about, freaks? You know, like, you don't show up to a gunfight or to a fist fight with a gun or a knife or more people. You know, you don't do that. And like, it's like they didn't even know, and we didn't even know that there was war being waged. You understand? So it's like, oh shit, okay, all right, we're doing weapons, okay. You know, like, you don't even know a war is being waged, and they're covertly like sneaking around and plotting and just creating chaos and confusion. And I think that's part of what helped them go on so long too. I think that had a big helping hand, just to make everybody confused or maybe drained. I don't know. I believe Stacey Cox Cope, when she wrote in that report, or Steve Cope said that, you know, she said her family was a psychological hornet's nest. And I mean, that couldn't be more accurate. I believe. I mean, I met these people, and they think they're better than me, and they think they're better than you because they're the top 5% and we're not.
Yep.
And that's another problem going into this. But I just thought that, you know, I saw Court TV when Adam Cox and John DeLynn, and I mean, I was like, oh yeah, you know, because they went toe to toe, and I was proud of John DeLynn. It sucks to see that happen to somebody, a true believing person or Mormon, or in this case Mormon, you know, like, be met with and how it amazes me how they compartmentalize, I believe, and say, oh no, that's Chad and Lori's just crazy little cult. And I'm like, are you high? You know, because this is like, no, but whatever, you know, I mean, everybody has their own journey, and I respected them for that. But when they did the whole, we're going to shut our channel down to start, they created a AI conversations with dead killers or something, where they would interview. Oh yeah, you didn't know about that? Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, and so it's basically AI, and they ask the dead killer Alex, and then they were gonna make a show out of it, you know, because, you know, opportunity.
Oh my lord.
So let's say Charles Manson is resurrected. Isn't this kind of necromantic? A little bit necromancy?
It's something like that. It feels really bad. That feels bad.
It's like and then how do they think this is a good idea for this side of the family? I understand you miss your nephew and you miss your brother. I can respect that, but can you just keep it over there? You know, can we not make some public and then make money off of it? And then like, what is going on?
Well, see, I thought it was just as bad. I just didn't like the title. I was like, silver linings? There are silver linings to these deaths? Are you kidding me? This is not a silver lining situation. That really bothered me. I had no idea about the AI dead people thing. My God.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what they left with. Well, so True Crime Sushi is like, explain to people how True Crime use pics and words like mama and papa to create hate discords or something, maybe with your mom and Larry. I don't think people understand. I don't know about this. That's why I was like, I don't remember. I remember Discords, but I really did not know how to maneuver around in them. There were a lot of platforms I was learning at that time, and I was like, I don't know. You know,
I think it's more because we didn't have any of them in my Discord channel, and you weren't in there with them. I think it's
because of Kathy's. I want to say, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I liked it, but I also had my mod who was the one that ended up dicking me over while I was sitting my aunt's murder trial, by the way. Just saying. And she would micro organize. Anyways, it was I was like, whatever, do whatever you got to do. I don't know. I'm just coming here and visiting. Like
yeah,
I'm not an organized person, obviously, or I'm just more relaxed in that area.
yep.
I don't know. I wish I was more.
Someone else in chat asked if I have a YouTube channel. I do, called Awen Reese. You can find it. It should come right up. But it's all from 5 years ago. I stopped doing YouTubes as a result of the harassment I received from Lauren Matthias and Lori Hellis. So I
Yeah.
quit
Do you
YouTube.
want
But,
how much can you elaborate on that?
I mean, I
There's
could
not
give you
anything
all the
like-
details, but we'd be here for another 2 hours. Basically, they took information from me, even though it was not supposed to be made public, and they ran it public on their channel, even though that was a huge violation of a lot of things. They should not have done that. That was in regards to Lori Vallow's competency hearing. They also went on a public smear campaign saying that I worked for Mark Means and I was trying to kill or trying to help Lori Vallow and all kinds of absolute nonsense. And then there was a story about a person who had an audio recording of herself with Melanie Gibb, and that was released to me through several channels, and they started by saying I was making it up, it wasn't real, it wasn't true, there's no such recording, blah, blah, blah. And then when they knew there actually was a recording, then, oh, she got that illegally, blah, blah, blah. No, I did not. I got that from someone who we're not going to name right now because I don't know where we're standing on that person.
Okay.
But it did come to me. And then they vilified me for putting this audio public, which I didn't. I put little tiny snippets of it to protect the person's identity because she talked about a lot of her own personal childhood trauma. That didn't need to be public. This person was not in the case, right? That was just the person that Melanie had called. So I clipped all of her stuff out and put tiny little snippets. Someone stole that from my Discord, my private Discord server, and released it to one of the Facebook groups, and they put it all over the internet, which was horrifying because that person did not deserve that. But the woman who had it told me, yes, and I have the screenshots. They're all up on Reddit. Can I publish this? Yes, you can. Do you want to come on live and talk with me? Yes, I do, but I'm going on vacation. Maybe when I get back. Okay, great. Can I put it up in the meantime in little pieces? Yes, please do. And then even on the video, she thanked me for doing it. And then Matthias and Hellis tried to turn around like some kind of evildoer for violating this woman's privacy. And how could you do that to her? I'm like, she told me to. Here's the text right here. What are you talking about? And then later on, Lauren Matthias actually interviewed her and pretended like she was the one who had discovered it. I'm like, oh, nice lady. And that's just the beginnings of what happened. They were poisoning me to the family, telling them all kinds of horror stories about me that were not true.
All you. They were just peachy king. Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, I can't handle this. I just can't. I was not expecting people to behave that way. I thought adults would adult. I was shocked and stunned by it. I was blackmailed and told to shut up. I was not allowed to speak about them, or they would release everything. Now 5 years later, I'm like, whatever. Like what Kresha told me to say, a very smart thing. Kresha's a very smart lady. She said, just say this. I said, whatever, bitches, and the bitches whatevered. And that is exactly what they did. They whatevered so hard.
Awesome. That was the best meme ever. And
it was great.
I said, whatever, bitches, and the bitches whatevered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Maury, and I don't care if you're not cool with me. I don't care. That has no power over me. But Matthias has been doing these things for many years. This is not a brand new thing. And that's all people need to take away is be careful before she does this to somebody else. That's all. I just want that to stop.
Yeah. It would be nice to stop excusing the bad behavior. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for how I respond. Sometimes I respond and it's ignorant and, not the best way. I think we can say we all do that, but I'm not excusing, yeah. But I mean, this isn't like a popularity contest. It's not for me. It's not like, this is my family, and Lauren and Lori fucked with my family. And I mean those words. She fucked with my family. They fucked with my family, and they've continued to fuck with my family, and they're okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as it serves and suits them to whatever means.
It makes them money, gets them clicks.
They've never come clean. They've never apologized. In fact, they just continue on to fuck my family. And I don't know what it is, but then they get praised for fucking my family. Do you understand? So it's like, I'm a little pissed off.
Right.
And I've had to hold it in. And
I'm not making $20,000 a month on YouTube.
I think it was just. I need to know how to read that.
I don't know how much she's making. She's making a lot of money.
Kind of teach me the other night, and I was like, I don't know. I don't even read my own stuff. My analytics. I still don't get it. But I and Gigi, yes, Gigi she's so sweet. I don't understand that. That tells you something about the bullies. Okay, that tells you everything you need to know about the bullies, because Gigi stays out of everybody's damn way. Okay, like I'm just like, what? And I feel bad because she's taking the moral high road. Yeah. She has.
It's not easy.
But it's okay for the bullies to continue to harm, to demonize, to dehumanize, just like Lori, just like Chad. Get out of here, I'm good. Like, that's why we're here. And Lori and Lauren are just symptoms of why we're really even here. And so they wreak havoc in this community. At least that's been my experience.
Yep.
Yours may be different, and I respect that, but I'm just asking, will you please respect mine and, our families? Can we just like be without being judged on the same level? It's like, it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't care if you're Lauren trying to reincarnate into the victims. Okay. That's disgusting. She's disgusting for that her whole brand it stands on that. I want to say, John said it Friday night. Now I got to go look for it. That's me. But, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I never got to meet Gigi. She had I think she started her channel right about the time I was shutting mine down. So we never crossed paths, unfortunately. But I'm sad that she's gone through this too.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
It is not fair because, I read a statement that Gigi allegedly wrote, and it was from Everyday with Jay, her channel, where she shared it. She showed the screen, everything, and she actually has a little video about it. I might go scoop up. But, it sounds like Lauren went even after someone else's livelihood. Yeah. So it's okay for her to go and wreak havoc and raise hell and cause chaos and disdain and discord and division, but it's not okay to hold her accountable. That's it. Right. That's, oh my God, God forbid she's held accountable. She's not, she's
not her.
Yeah.
Right.
Why?
I'm just going to interject for 1 second.
Got away with it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to do this because I don't like to address trolls, but this Kaylu person, Kaylu, what are you talking about? I didn't say the words put hands on someone. I don't even know what that means. I think that's a kid thing. Young people say that. I don't say that.
I think it's me.
Oh, did you say that?
And I said, I said that I want to, it's a joke. It's a joke. Because also, I don't know if you counted the times that I was like, no, Lauren, I'm not, it's not a threat. This is just me talking shit, right. Don't get full of yourself. We know how that tends to be. But I was like, it's like, I'm gonna say it like this so it doesn't get twisted. But come here, let me put my hands around your, I want to hug your throat with my hands, or I don't know. Anyways, it's something stupid. I can't remember it, but whatever.
So it means to physically put your hands where someone might not want them.
But to answer your question, no physical threat. So you can calm down. Okay. I'm Kresha K. Okay.
We're too old for that, man. We don't do that stuff. We don't do physical fights. That's crazy. This had been influenced by Lauren Matthias.
That is a good question.
I have thought that because Lori Ellis and I were fine. We were good. We were talking every day and on the lives until she met Lauren Matthias. Lauren Matthias twisted Lori Ellis's brain up, and maybe Lori Ellis and I need to have a talk.
Or maybe lit the inner bitch or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yep.
A streak of, maybe there's some jealousy there. I don't know. It's a good question.
It's definitely a question we're thinking about.
There's like a competitiveness with Mormon women for sure that I've observed. And that's kind of driven by, the culture. And I see that in Lauren. And I actually admire that to a degree. And then it becomes not admirable at all. It becomes concerning. And I've noticed that with me. If, I've scheduled something and they maybe didn't schedule yet. And then, they're like, I got to do it. And I got to just override her, of course, these are my own thoughts that I'm projecting, but I'm just saying that's what it kind of looks like sometimes. I'm just like, what is she? Okay, thank you. It's like she doesn't believe in the whole, the sun comes up every morning.
And that's the problem with them. Up is down, in is out, hot is cold. You don't know which way you're coming with them because everything is backwards. It's
inverted is the best descriptor for me. Yeah. And like Lori and Chad were projecting on their own victims backwards, inverted. Lori's still saying that they're going to separate the wheat from the tares. She sent a message to Colby saying that very thing that she did. But she's projecting that it's happening to her. And we're like, what? I'm saying I'm like, what is what? Yeah. Ruby Frankie, same thing. Pain is love. Love is abuse. Same thing with the Hamblin case.
And certainly with the research that, I was doing into the wider cult, the Melanie Gibbs, the David Warwicks, the Jason Mows, all that whole group. And then you get the Ruby Frankie stuff. It's like, this stuff is still happening.
It's rampant.
But we tried to talk about it. You and I both tried to bring it up. Nobody wants to hear this stuff. They don't want to hear it.
What everybody, Lauren wouldn't even address this as a cult. She would not even identify it as a cult. And I was still trying to figure out what a cult even meant and why the news stations were using it in their headlines and, the salaciousness of it. And I'm just like, oh, so you're not convicting a cult. You're not going to arrest and charge and hold accountable a cult, but you're going to use it. And so, hell, I got to use it too. Because the keyword search optimization, it sucks. It sucks. If I use pictures of the victims, which that's just further exploiting them really. There's different ways to look at it, right? There's really no right way. you got to make a lot of decisions. And so they're going to be using, really colorful or loud or bold thumbnails of the perps. That's where everybody clicks. It's the weirdest thing. If I use the victims' names in the title,
They don't. Yep.
chirp. I mean, it's like crickets. It's inverted as well. And that kind of brings me back to CrimeCon.
And
I'm
glad I
saying
never
that-
went to CrimeCon. I'm so glad I didn't
Me,
go.
me too. And I mean, I've learned how I believe that they have found a way to further victimize people like my parents.
Mhm.
They were invited to CrimeCon. Colby was invited to CrimeCon. Summer was invited to CrimeCon.
Yeah.
But yet when I found out that it was Mormon owned, I was like, nope, ain't putting my money there. Don't want a effing thing to do with it. You know? And then you find out, Lauren, and this is just my conjecture. Lauren got an award. I don't know what it is because I didn't go check because I don't really care. It's the principle that it appears, because I followed her reporting on the Richard Allen, Delphi case. And I'm not trying to start a war. I'm just saying what it looks like from right here.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody who my aunt is a freaking murderer. Okay. I'm just saying, I understand anyways, I'm just saying that I followed Lauren's reporting on it. Nobody else. I didn't really follow it before then because I didn't have the brain capacity or emotional capacity. And then I started to kind of notice when things were dying down, with the cases and everything on our end, that Lauren was reporting on it. And then I was like, oh my God, I think these are like these crimes, these girls, the way they were handled and treated, and the whole thing around it, all the people, the alleged investigation, it looked so botched and so one-sided and just, oh, it got burned and we found this in the bottom of the filing cabinet. I'm like, oh, really? Wow. It's just is so convenient kind of and narrative fitting. You can paint things a different way just depending on who the storyteller is.
Yep.
I mean, Lauren had us believing that she was a victim. Like,
For
some of us who
15
just want to, who want to lend credibility to somebody who's, who's acting like they are, in turmoil and in pain and crying. And, I mean, anyways, I want to believe victims, and I don't want to let people like that ruin it for victims, because that's kind of what happened. And I've seen that a lot in the ritual abuse area or arena. And it's pretty disgusting, because when people say, oh, they just want attention. They're just jealous. They just want money. And I'm like, okay, what are you even saying right now?
Yeah. Well, Lauren, if you're listening,
for it.
if you want money and you want lots of followers and you want fame, just be nice. You can win as many or more friends by being nice instead of being manipulative and harmful. Why don't you try that for change?
Yeah.
It might work. It could work for you. It could.
If she would have just said, hey, I'm sorry, I've had a lot of lapse in my judgment. I don't know, whatever. I'm under a lot of stress. Anything. My dog ate it. It would have worked probably way better than any of this. And it would have been private.
Yep.
And, was
We can all forgive somebody getting mad and spouting off in a private text conversation.
Yeah.
I think everybody can relate to that. But when it's systemic and patterned and constantly repetitive over at least 5 years that we know of, and then you take it on a live stream like that, that's not the same thing. That's not having a bad day.
Especially when you claim to be victim oriented. That is a lie.
Yep.
That is not defamation. That is a lie. That's my experience, and is a lie. That's misrepresenting your brand right now, for sure. That is my opinion. And anyways, this is Lauren eating mom's spaghetti. I mean, mom's potato salad. And if you know, you know. I mean, it's just a cinema picture. That's all.
I'm so sad I never got gumbo. Kay always said she was going to make me a pot of gumbo. I never got gumbo.
It's so good. I miss it.
I bet it is. I bet it's the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, I need to go to bed because I'm an old person now.
Hashing this out. I mean, if you remember more or whatever. I don't know, because it's a lot.
It's all flooding back to me. It's still only been a couple of days since I've been wrestling with it, and I know there's more. And I'm still watching everything. I'm watching everything I can find on what's going on, because this is crazy. But I'm so glad that you're okay. You are okay. You're watching it too, and it's certainly forefront on your mind. But you seem really good to me, Kresha. You seem strong and focused, and I'm so happy. And if you're never okay, you always call me. You know that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate you being human. I can
That's all
I can identify with somebody just being themselves, just being real and human. Like, I can get around that. I cannot get around somebody smiling in my face and then stabbing me in the back. I cannot. I don't. It's not okay. Anyway, I appreciate you coming on here, because that also shows that you're a big girl. No, I'm just saying, it shows that you're a bigger person. I respect you a lot more. I mean, again, we all make choices. We all make the best, right? Or we wouldn't have jails and courts and what is it? Moral crusades. Okay.
Yeah, moral crusades.
We wouldn't have that.
Yeah, well, it was one thing, 5 years ago when they were hurting me to run away. But seeing what they've done over the last 5 years, and that it's still hurting you and your mom and your dad and all these people, I'm like, no. Now I'm mad. Now I'm going to stand up. And if I have to go all over yelling about it, I'm gonna, because this stops now. It stops.
Yeah, it's got to. It's got to. And that's by not being silenced by bullies.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm telling I'm yelling at myself, you know, because it's like, it was, I don't know, you become paralyzed. You know,
Yeah,
I did.
you do.
I became kind of like, what do I do? I don't know the right way to move. My parents like them.
Yep.
They seem, that's what I said in that live stream that night.
You were
I'm
in
like,
a rock
well,
and a hard place. What were you supposed to do?
yeah. And I was like, okay, well, she's, me and Lauren disagree on a lot of things, but she's been good to my parents. At least I thought. Okay.
Mhm.
And that turned out not to be true. So, you know, I mean, what does that say for Lauren? What does that say about Lauren?
That says more than it
Who
says
knew
about
that?
us. Yep.
You know, like I put my shit to the side to just, and in that and Janice. Okay. Like, and so that was kind of intertwined, you know, so I was kind of rehashing to brag about that, you know, and then, yeah, she asked me to take her picture down because I kind of, you know, incorporated it into my video. I'm not a damn videographer. This is not what I do. I was just kind of slapping things together. Good God, it was horrible back then, my videos. But I mean, just the audacity, like hindsight, when she asked me, like, why do you have my picture up? You know, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to step on anybody's toes. And I had to know what I know now, that you can incorporate things as long as you add to the artistic value of it or whatever, you know, technical shit. And, but when she was like, and this is Janice I'm talking about, when she Facebook me, message instant, whatever, Facebook Messenger. And she was like, oh my God, you know, why'd you use my picture? And I was like, I'm so sorry. And, you know, I told her what all I was going to have to do to remove it. And she was like, oh, it's okay. And she said that I do look a lot like her though. And I was like, okay. And then so I deleted my video, re-uploaded it into my editing app, re-edited it, took it out, put it back up on the damn YouTube. And I'm just like, oh my God. Probably years later, I was like, I fucking apologized to her. Yeah. And she took it. She, you know, she didn't apologize. And that is down so much, man. That says so much. So that's where I would, and then she was a mod and a BFF with Annie. So it was just like, oh, I mean, she's got to be victim centric, or, you know, family members, like, come on now. Like, it just, anyways, it just a bad taste in my mouth, but whatever.
I don't blame you. But you have a great community here. I have had a great time reading chat tonight. You have a lot of people here who are absolutely pulling for you 100%. And I hope that feels good. I hope you can let yourself feel that and trust it, you know, because it's hard when things like this to trust anything like that.
I don't.
I know. I mean, I know.
I try to be the same, right? Yeah. I try not to, like, I don't like get my thistle in whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't get all bent out of shape. Like, I don't worry about things I've said because I'm pretty much the same, unless I'm pissed off. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, but, you know, a hot mic moment, I'm like, and, you know,
that's just me. I would have said that anyway.
Or say some really inappropriate things, but I mean, nothing demeaning, or not that I know of. If so, you know, again, I used to be a drinker, so there's that part. But I don't know. There's just still no excuse for it, whether it was me or anybody else. You know.
You have a great chat here. Your community is lovely, and it was really nice. I saw a lot of names I remember from 5 years ago. That was wonderful, and thank you all for the warm welcome. I needed that because, you know, I've been trying to keep all this mental health stuff under wraps too the last week. It's been rough, so it was really good to be here, Kresha. I'm so glad to talk to you again. I missed you so much. So this is awesome.
Thank y'all. Thank you just for being an exception to the rule. Okay, it does exist, and, you know, it's not as painful, you know, just facing things and just, I don't know. I know it's scary. I know it can be, but I think with that, what's happening over there on the other side of the YouTube is really, it's like horrible. It's like, you can't look away from it. It's like, oh my God, it's like a slow burn.
Yep. I don't want to use their own phrase, but it's dark.
Yeah.
It's just dark.
Burning that fucking ball.
And on that note, I will go ahead and shut this down and send you guys over to Toasties. If you guys could make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out, make sure you subscribe and hit your notifications, and we will go over Alwyn's live tomorrow. I am going to go over to Toasties with you guys and listen and hang out. Yeah, conveniently, it's the dark side. Well, you know what? Welcome to the dark side. We're actually really nice, really caring, and we're down to earth people over here. So come on over. Come on over. And Alwyn is a very beautiful soul. You could hear what they did to her. I mean, you could hear what they did to her. She left. She left YouTube. Yeah, it's been 5 years, I guess, since she's came back. She actually did a live stream. I will go link it. We're going to go over it tomorrow anyways. So matter of fact, I'll just wait for right now. And we'll go over it tomorrow. So that gives some time for me to go through and get timestamps. I will go link it for you guys if you want to do the same. Then I will have time to all go over it. You know what I mean? I'll have time to get timestamps, but I want to get you guys over to Toasties as well, because she has been kicking butt going over the live stream over there. So, okay, so this is a message. Let's see here. A message for Lauren Matthias, Hidden True Crime. And she needs obviously all the support she can get. So make sure you guys go show her some love. Go let her know we're here for her. We're proud of her. We want her to continue to keep speaking up and speaking out. This is her channel here. She does a live, just kind of talks through it like this.
You out of it. I would never have heard of any of this if you hadn't done that 9-hour live stream.
So all in all, Lauren, your 9-hour live stream is what did you in. So Alwyn has a live stream up as well. Please show her some love and support. I'm going to go get some timestamps. Or I guess we could just go over the whole thing. It doesn't really matter. And you know what, Running Bear, I think we all needed this live and we all needed to hear the truth. And I'm so fucking mad that Lauren struck that sucker down. Anybody is welcome to use any clips you want to. You're welcome to restream it, use it. Jay, Nonsense, anybody that wants to use it's welcome to. Granny, whoever's going over it, Turtle Boy, whoever, it doesn't matter. That's why I tried to keep my commentary out of most of it so that it could be played back. And then once Kresha gets her live back, if she wants me to delete mine, I sure will. So, you know, I just wanted to make sure the word got out there and that the family's word got out there, because I think Kay Woodcock speaking about Lauren and the way that she's done and treated that family is very important. With that being said, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and the notification bell. Make sure you're subbed up, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. I will be over at Toasties with you guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way in and put some B's in the chat. Let her know we're there to support. Difficult. We're here too. We're here too. We'll catch you on the flip side. Cute beat out.